Still got the fire burning. We're gonna have a good time doing the ultimate belly flop session. Hey, shalom to all the Khan dynasty waking up, choosing up, rising up, dropping up, and vibing up. Welcome to the 118th installment of our Prester John investigation. They don't come easy, man. I mean, I just have had to keep the fire burning the whole time. We had to keep putting another log on the fire, keep twisting up another lock for the cons, whether they, are here surfing this wave with us or not. We appreciate every drop of water along the way, every wave, every ripple, everything we've had to go through as adversity, obstacles, when they thought our fire was out, spark right back up on them, right? So what we have learned that throughout the years, this dynasty, these cons, this water does continue, this water does keep flowing, this investigation continues, the fire keeps burning, man, and once it's up, then it's up, man. Right now it's up, man. So I know the Ruach is on fire. And we want to investigate. We've done a lot throughout these years, man, but I got a lot of tabs up, and I have no idea what I'm about to get into. I have no idea what we about to get into. Like I said, this is going to be the ultimate belly flop session. Halal HaWah. Let's go. So, if you surf the wave, on Prester John 117, 116, 115. We done connected some of that Marianne and flow. We done talked some Joktan, Hebrew proper, Hebrew or Arab proper flow. You know what I mean? We're gonna load this up. There we go. So you click below, you're gonna have this playlist popping off for you. And it's been a collection throughout the years, man, of over 117 drops, even though this is Prester 118. We have some other Prester drops along the way, man. Wow. Alright. You've been traveling this wave with a knock. You've been surfing the wave with a knocker, man. Then you deserve an opportunity to belly flop. And look out for us. We're going to start having some belly flop fundraisers, man. Time that we just go live and just, let the cons pop off, ask a bunch of, relevant questions, relative to our investigation. Things that we should dig on, and maybe we could do live digging and raise funds for Joy World, man. I think that's a great idea to continue the water flow of Joy World, man. And my knock is already into continuing the water for Joy World. Hey, hop to you, man. And, you already know what's happening, man. So just keep checking in on us. Help us reach our goal. 20K. We reached 10K. Now we're reaching 20K, man. I think that's awesome. And, we're going to keep it going up, man. We're ready to pop off a beautiful fence building journey, man. Keep the teams coming in and circulating, man. And that's the vision, is to always have knockers stopping by, man, building for Joy World. And once we get our fence up, then we're painting it, man. And then we could start talking about that water like we're talking about, how to get that living water popping off on our land, man. So, hey, Halal HaWah, man, Dawada, Doretha, Wilhite, Latonia, Patel, Tracy Slow Coon, man, always showing up for the cons. David A. And all my Nagas. We've had over 259 donations so far, man. A lot of anonymous family. My anonymous cons checking in on this, man. So keep checking in for Joy World. Click the link below. It's on all the drops because this is our tribal team project, and you're helping, make sure we have more than enough for the next project. We just gonna keep popping off. So starting with the fence, we focus on our fence. But while we're doing that, we're also insulating our shed, man. And shout out to Conclave Bay, man, put in so much hard work, man. All my Nagas that have touched Joy World, man. Shout out to y'all. You know you are, man. My fence building Nagas, man. And we're going to keep it flowing, man. Hit us up, 432thedrop at gmail.com. If you want to become a fence building Naga and help out and do some rotations with the cons and keep building, because everybody can't, be in one place at one time. We're going to need a steady flow of cons showing up, man, and, building on the land, man. And this is how we paying it forward, man. And, hey, Halal HaWah, man. We need a wall of protection, blue, purple, red, white linen, gold, thread, man. Exodus 26. go dig on it. Ahab to our 500 code keepers for your Baruch, Halal HaWah. And I know we got 1,000 code keeping families. Do we got 5,000 code keeping families? Because if we do, then just putting in $1 as a 5,000 code keepers, we can easily keep the building flowing, man, and keep all our dreams going, man. Whatever we're building, we could work together with 5,000 code keeping families. Can you imagine how you can just pop off? Oh, okay, we need to raise, 100,000. All right, man. Let's put in a dub. You put in $20. Now we raise 100K, man. So that's the vision right here to say, can we start with 500 code keepers, 500 code keeping families? Can we keep raising that up to 5,000 code keeping families? Because then we building our land super fast, man. We building more than just one piece of land. We just gonna continue to buy land and build. So that's the vision, man. You mess with us, man. You rocking with us, man. You surfing, the wave with a Naga, man. Then support the vision whenever you can, man. $20 goes a long way when you got 500 code keepers. That's all we gotta say, man. So Halal HaWah, Shalom. The water for your support. For MHOE, man. A-Hop to the Artists, Musicians Hub, man. The Odd Markel, man. Man, just been really making sure our Spotify, is customized, man. And this is our flow, man. To do it for the Most High, man. To let you remember, man, that this is Most High over everything, man. And we got our roots that, is being inspired by putting the creator first, man. You put the creator first, man. You Most High over everything. A fashion brand created to inspire and empower individuals with the Naga roots, man, the indigenous roots. We strive to celebrate our rich heritage and bring a sense of belonging, because they try to tell us we don't belong, right? So we going to represent that in our garments. Just look out for us, man, through our unique, stylish, and culturally significant designs. Love to my jigga. This is MHO, we do for the Most High. And this is also support our land, man. So allow, hey, it's looking fluid, man. Hey, out to my cons getting the patches, man. The patches are popping off. There's different styles and selections, man. When you rock the patches, man, all the, all the flow, man. It's right bold in your face bone, letting them know. You got the futuristic patch. Man, you got, man, just check it out, man. My jig is just popping off. The patch game is incredible. You can put it on your lettermans. You can put it on your ponchos, man. Look out for the MHOE poncho. We're going to do a separate MHOE Kickstarter because we want high fashion garments, man. But we most high fashion, so we should have the most beautiful garments, fabrics. We need space to work. We need real designers, just like my jigger popping off, man. So my jigger popping off, we need some more real designers, man. Not on no play, man, that y'all for real got the vision, man. Y'all stepping into reality, man. Right now, we in the vision of my jigger, man. You know what I'm saying? That's as real as you gonna get. So you gotta be a real designer, real, creative like the bro Ma. You know what I'm saying? He's really just leading the way, man. So, hey, how Dizzle Fitty, man, that ETH is about to hit. There's more than one brand when we talk most high fashion. We got MHOE and the bro Dizzle Fitty J-Law coming with the ether. And that's also most high fashion. So, we inspiring across the plane, man, to pop off most high fashion, man. You got your brand, it's most high fashion. Let us know, man, so we can make sure you linked in, man, to most high fashion, man. So this Prester flow has inspired so much. Look out, you know what I'm saying, for the Prester John designs, the Phineas designs. You know what I mean? Just look out for us, man. It's MHOE, man. Subscribe to our, emails, man. Make sure you are getting the latest, man. You know what I'm saying? Just sign up, man. You know what I'm talking about. You got the shop popping off. You got the embroidery popping off. So the first round took a little longer than we wanted because everything still needed to be linked in behind the scenes. Everything had to be linked in. Everybody had to make sure, they were communicating. Now we should be flowing, man, like, pure water flowing. So, the turnaround is pretty quick. I mean, Chef Candy personally is, getting these done, taking them to the shop out here in LA. You know what I mean? And then we got the embroidery connect, and then, you know what I mean? So it's a bunch of moving pieces, but, when you order, we at least say give us about a week and a half, 2 weeks, you know what I mean? 'Cause a lot of it is customized, to order, you know what I mean? We don't have a big storehouse. So when you order it, that's when we get it made, you know what I mean? So give us a week or two, my noggin, and, we'll keep checking in with you, and we'll make sure we do a much better job at, just communicating, making sure everybody knows what's happening, man. Because while we dropping this drop, we want to make sure that you are, fully, getting your appreciation as you are showing appreciation. And we're going to have so many deals for my real wave surfers, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is just the beginning. The bucket hats on cool, man. All the shirts, styles. Yeah, me. Denim jackets. Beautiful designs, MHOE fitted, embroidery. Like I said, all this. Just imagine it popping off on your chest bone. A lot of my niggas already popping off with the sky hoodies and getting all the colors you like on that, man. So, I mean, what y'all like, man? What's y'all style? What's your style? MHOE, what's your style? So we got a full shop popping off, man. Love to my IT niggas again. And the drop shop's gonna look a lot like this too, you know what I'm saying? So look out for that. Piece by piece, man. It's a clean flow, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? Right in the center of your chest bone, man. I still like this plain white joint, man, And then we're gonna come with the white logos, the classic white flow, man. So I got y'all, man. I got y'all. We got you. My jigger got you. Most time fashion for the real niggas. No fast fashion. We want to make sure, we're doing the cottons. It's 100%. We're doing our best to make sure, man, that, this ain't stuff that's bad for the environment. Everything we're using, we want to be good for the environment, man. So, hey, look out for the press to flow. Look out for everything happening. And keep checking in. Mhoe Dot Clothing. Click the link below, man, and pop off, man. Y'all let us know, man, what you like. I see my niggas, are real creative, man. Y'all really do be popping off with, all types of amazing colors. And I'm like, okay, they gonna pop off with the sky blue. Okay. And it's just cool to see, what I'm saying, how, you know, all my niggas, what I'm saying, no matter, you know, what color you like, no matter what style you like, you represent, man. It's real cool to see, man. We MHOE, man. So just look out for us, my nigga, man. It's all happening. Right in your face, ball. Right in real time. We do it for the most high over everything. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate the Most High's firmament. We celebrate the handiwork of HaWah. You see it in the artistry, man. This is a living, portrayal of, everything that we know has been created for us. You know what I'm saying? So we want to represent and make sure niggas know wherever we go, that it's the Most High over everything. We put the Creator first. This ain't no illusion. You know what I'm saying? We really are stepping in, to these shoes that we're meant to be filled, to be code keepers again. So, this is our reminder, man. And, this is our praise, you know what I'm saying, to the Creator. Instead of wearing Nike and Adidas and everything else, you're going to wear MHOE. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rock something that is benefiting our land, is giving our code, our rule number one, right on our chest, right on our, right on our fitted, you know what I'm saying, bucket, whatever we doing. And we rocking it, man. Most high fashion. So that's the vision, man. And you got it and you rocking it. I mean, okay. I might want to get some fuchsia going, man. I think I need to pop off with this one next, man. Y'all gonna see Drop step out with something, real fluid, man. Walk through the city of Harlem, holla at Cameron and it, Hey, man. Hey, out to my Harlem Nuggets, man. MHOE, man. You supporting it. You know what I mean? So let's go, man. Fair use in your caboose ball. Just want to say hey out to the cons, man. Just let you know what we're coming with, man. And this ain't no play. Fair use in your caboose, man. We're going to belly flop. I don't know where we're going. I don't know what we're going to talk about, man. But you surfing away with me. All right. I'm surfing away with you. Let's go. I'm just going to click on some links. I got like hella windows and lots of tabs, man. So these are things I just wanted to get back into. Stuff I kept up, just for future reminding and different things. And this is one I'm belly flopping in. This is one dealing with the Moorish perspective from a plaintruth.info. Let's just jump into it. I got a lot of stuff up. Okay, Mount Ararat next to Paradise, California. Wow, that's interesting. Cause yeah, okay, it's good. Hey, look at us, man. What a belly flop. We talking car Katai? Let's go right here. Whoa. I mean, yeah, I just got to keep backing it up. All right. Oh, okay. You talking about law? History shows us over and over how the white man broke their treaties with the natives without consequences. Stop it. See, man, you can't moor us up, man. You ain't going to moor this up, man. We just belly flopped and y'all over here trying to moor up the place. I got to give real translations of everything you kicking over here, man. Because this is Prester John 118. Can't be on no play. We on 118. History shows us over and over how the white man broke their treaties with the natives. Stop. Just stop it, man. Just cut this. Just cut it. Just cut this. Just cut it out, man. Because we know who made treaties with the hijack. We know about the treaties of peace and friendship. You talking about the treaties with the natives? Your treaty of peace and friendship was with the hijack on Tecumseh's head bone, on Dragon Canoe's head bone, on the head bone of the Chickamauga Cherokee, the ones that made no treaties. You made the treaties with the European, and the European looked just like us too. Car? I'm not even talking about the so-called white man. Those Europeans, those Spaniards, those Portuguese look just like you. They made treaties with their lineage that was in America, right? The lineage of Moabites, the lineage of Canaanites, the lineage of Amorites. Made treaties with they people in Europe. The treaties of peace and friendship. That's the Psalms 83 Confederacy, dog. They're confederate against Israel. They're confederate against Hasherah. They're worried about what's coming. We're not. They're worried about the Creator's get back. We're not. Because all this time we've been getting our butts whooped. We've been in solitary for many days without a king. Huh? Oh, we popping off. We popping off, man. This scripture, this chapter of the book of Hosea, chapter 3, is giving you the full play. You're getting the whole play. If you want to know why this happened, it's telling you. If you want to know why you're in solitary without anyone helping you, it's because you're in captivity. It's telling you. And these nagas, these niggas have made treaties of peace and friendship, and they, because of the treaty, they can't help you because they're loyal to the enemy, right? So because they're loyal to the invader invading the continent of America, and they can't help their enemies, right? They can't help the enemy of the invader. That would be us. They can't help us because they make treaties with the enemy. They can't help the enemy of the invader. Psalms 83. We're going to take our time with this. This is Prester 118. I assume if you're here for the long haul. You're here to get cozy, man. So put on your cozy slippers. You know, the internet's trying to get us into this algorithm of shortened content, TikTok, Instagrams. Now you can only make a 1-minute video. I can't just pop off on IG like that. It's crazy, right? Like, they don't want these 3-hour drops, right? They don't want you to get cozy. They don't want you to put on your cozy slippers. So we're going to get cozy while we can get cozy over here. And then guess what? You safe over at home at 432thedrop.com, man. So come over to 432thedrop.com and get cozy, man. You know, relax, man. Go up in the drop chatter, chatter, and just relax, man. Just kick back, man. Get a bit of chatterbox, man. Shout out to Tracy Lett, always popping off some pertinent information. We might get this for the dismount, man. Some San Andreas drop. Con. Big Timmy, what it do? You talking about rock walls? Ain't the water, Timmy. Man, we gonna dig on it. Yeah, man. You know, we dropping, man. We just popping off, man. Tecumseh, Panther, Confat, Zion Train, man. We in here, man. So get over here and get cozy. You can see the latest dropping on IG. You can see the latest dropping on YouTube. You can come over here, man, surf the wave, listen now, go in the drop shop, become a Dragon sponsor, go in the drop library. That's where we got our books. Matter of fact, we need to get that. We need to go in the drop library, man. Let's go to the library. Let's get Flutie. Let's look for Forbidden Histories of America, because it's going to connect to some of this Morris drop, man. This is a very vintage Prester John right here, where I kind of just pop off all over the place. But if you notice, man, like, that's how we started. You know, we didn't know. We didn't know about what we were going to do or what we were going to talk about. We had no idea what was happening next. We had no idea we was searching for HaWah and King David. We had no idea we was Hosea 3 in this place up, man. But X marks the spot. Dragon Child, AI. We had no idea. Oh, yeah, okay. They want to play with Artie. You're on this play, man. Always on this play. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. It's all good. You know, we are transitioning to a new server, so some of the pictures might be. We just gotta go off the title, man. My bad. You know, it's all good. They got some of the pictures up, some down. So excuse us. We just going through, you know, a transition to another server that we ain't getting hijacked and, you know, jammed up. So, you know, be patient with us. Some things might be a little down right now, but let's go. We can still get it though. Woo, we got a lot of drive, man. I tell you that much. Got a lot of drop. I'm gonna go fast. Oh, okay, we got some. We got some pictures popping up. Okay. It's all happening. Let's go. And as I scroll, just appreciate the wealth of knowledge right here. Love the Aqua Tie Bat Zine and all the record keepers, man, making sure we got the knowledge. Love to let us find the truth, my nigga. People say, man, what book should I read? Man, just belly flop, man. Let's go. Whew, I just see a lot we gotta get back into, like Manasseh Ben Israel. We might really be belly flopping, man. I'm gonna get Forbidden Histories first. Okay, hey, we got pictures. We got pictures. Hey, Yosef done. You done a great, work, completing the great work. Ahop to the Hakan Haramar, reading this live in the ether at 432thedrop.com. Getting the classroom of Yosef every Tuesday, 10 o'clock Pacific now. Following Thinking Out Loud with my jigger at 9 o'clock Pacific. Pacific time. Hey, new schedules coming in hot. I got y'all. We got y'all. So everyone could be organized and know when the cons are popping off. Oh, Parsifal. Oh, man. It's crazy. We got all the Anatoly for the Manco left to Aqua time, man. Just go crazy. Figure out this timeline with a noggin. We're taking it easy. Yeah. Serpents and dragons. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. It's a lot of drop in here, man. Drop libraries popping off. Look out for the new one, man. We're going to make it like a search box and everything. It's going to be crazy, man. So you could go right to the one you're looking for. Ayo. Hey, I told you, we still working. We still operating. We just in transition, man. HaWah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So you're getting cozy. You're in the drive library. You popping off. It's a lot of drive happening. We belly flopping. Let's go back. History shows us. His story shows us over and over how the white man broke their treaties with the natives without consequences. See how they just try to slide the white man into the picture like a straw man. And if you didn't know no better, you would just say, "Oh, the white man did this to me." Nah, you know what happened? These niggas made treaties of peace and friendship. We know this, but now we can put things together. Let's go. Without consequences. So the consequences is what they're afraid of, right? Because, like I said, this Hosea 3 really culminates the Prester flow. And that's why when you look at the Prester playlist, we got it right here in your face. This is the, credo of the Prester John flow, Hosea 3. For the children of Israel shall dwell many days without king or prince, without sacrifice or pillar, without ephod or household gods or what they call teraphim, any of the stuff that had you going off because, you got into these rituals. You don't need that stuff if you don't have no sound mind. If you're not MHOE, most of everything, you don't need your magic. You don't need your sacrifices. You don't need none of these things, that come with inner standing. You know what I'm saying? You need to be in solitary. But afterwards, the children of Israel shall return, seek the Creator, and David their king, and they shall come trembling to HaWah, and to his goodness in the latter day. Put down your household gods, man. Now, why? Because we was a woman, an adulteress, even as HaWah loves the children of Israel. But they turned to other gods. Put down your God. The purpose of the Prester investigation is not so you can get a bunch of information. It's so that you learn to put down your gods and see that the world is a magical place when you can see clearly. They turned to other gods. They love cakes of raisins, so I bought her the meat for 15 pieces of silver and a homer of barley, a half homer of barley, and I said unto this harlot, thou shalt sit solitary. Can't no one save you except HaWah. Isaiah 43. I only am your savior. Nobody on the side other than the Creator. The Creator only is your savior. The Creator only. I don't know why that's so hard for niggas to get. They want someone else to save them. We're not asking for King David, Prester John to save us. We're asking for HaWah to save us. Because when HaWah saves us, HaWah sends a messenger directly. Moses, Joshua, Ezekiel, Esdras, Managa, the Maccabees, man. HaWah sends priest to Kumse to try to gather the tribe for freedom. But now they want to make treaties. So they say the white man did it. But we know what definition of white they trying to use. They trying to use the status of white to hide behind. It's a forked tongue, this English. But it's not their fault. It's not the Moors' fault. It's not the Moabites' fault. Joshua had a job to do. Joshua, they say got tricked to not clear out all the hijacks. So the hijacks became a thorn in our side. I know it's our fault. We went after idolatry. We played the harlot. But thou shalt not play the harlot. But we played the harlot. I'm not giving you your priest king so that you can boast about it. I'm giving you your priest king so that you remember that you lost everything. To stop playing the harlot so you can gain everything. So you can return Israel. You don't seek David first. You have to return. You got to see Abba. You got to ask for forgiveness for playing this harlot. For your ancestors, forgiveness. Ask HaWah to forgive them. Because everybody's at play. It's all happening. Everything you're doing now affects them, affects our ancestors. Everything we're doing now affects the whole world. Present, past, future. Everything we're doing now, man, we're playing for keeps. Everybody rooting for us and everybody rooting against us. But everybody that matters is rooting for us, you know what I'm saying? To return and seek HaWah. That means you keep the code. MHOE, most high over everything. No killing, no stealing. Keep your Shabbat. pop off, right? No covetous, no false witnessing, tearing your brother down purposely. There's a frequency that comes with a false witness. It's a frequency that comes with a covetous naga. It's a frequency that comes with a naga that can't honor their frame and their shaper above. Come on. It's a frequency, a naga that puts vanity on their breath and security. An adulterous naga. We're talking harlot. For the children of Israel shall sit solitary boss. How many days? Many days, boss. Without a king, boss? No queen? None of your things. But afterwards shall these nagas pop off and return and seek the creator. Then you seek David, right? So now we're talking Prester John. We couldn't have got there without first being KTC, keeping the code, keeping our Shabbat. No power before power. None of these religion and calling on this person and that person. None of that stuff. You seek the creator. You desire the creator only. Now you can see your water flowing and you can get that Hamashiach messenger flow that only leads you back to your water. Because you back in cold. Now you deserve your water. You deserve your shepherd. And David is one shepherd. The one shepherd forever. Ezekiel 34, Ezekiel 37. David is being risen up in the end of days, whom I will raise up unto you. Jeremiah 30. Managa, we're not just getting one scripture and taking it out of context. We're getting multiple witnesses of the same end of days event. That you come trembling to his goodness in the end of day. Multiple witnesses of seeking HaWah first. And David the Khan. Because you've gone many days in solitary without the Khan. Without the Khan. And now that you back in cold, to seek HaWah is to be back in cold. Because you're seeking the code, you're meditating on HaWah's law, Khan. Now you are getting back your Dawi, your shepherd forever. The Prester is forever. That's why they're looking for this Naga for over 500 years, the Portuguese, right? Multiple witnesses. Halal HaWah, multiple witnesses. Jeremiah, chapter 30. Repetition breaks the spell. Repetition breaks the spell. Repetition breaks the spell. So listen, man, these are the words that came to Jeremiah, right? From HaWah, saying, thus speaks HaWah. So this is coming directly from the Creator in terms of what we are gathering out of this book of Jeremiah. Okay? I'm not saying trust one book, trust one author. This is multiple witnesses of seeking the Creator and Kandawi, King David. We're talking the seed of David. So Ahab to the Aquas, we're talking the seed of David. How do you preserve a lineage without preserving the seed, man? The seed, like you plant a seed, like you can't be against planting seeds and you like to plant a garden. And then we're talking about the seed and how naturally the ox, we have seed that's already alive and active in us, you know, and then we get the soil, right? Ahab to the Aquas, and that soil, that egg, you know, pops off, right? So we need each other, period, point blank. You got to follow the seed and realize these hijacks, these oppressors, didn't hijack every Naga seed when they came to this land. They didn't intercept every Naga that was making love to his woman and say, nope, you can't pass that seed. Nagas was fighting their ass the whole time in Indian wars from the Chickamauga to the Texas Indians, man. So Nagas was still being Nagas, still fighting the hijack, still dying and living to fight the hijack. Of course they were having seed. They knew they had to preserve their seed. When did the hijack mix us out? When did we have time to be mixed out if we still fighting in Indian wars up into the 1900s, 30s, 40s? When did you get mixed out? Because that's what they like to say. Us black people in America are just mixed out, mixed with white. Come on, bruh. They 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 intercepted every Naga seed to a point where we mixed out. All these millions of Nagas is mixed out, or did they just teach us that we from Africa and teach us that we got mixed out by the white man? And who is supporting this white man mixing us and all this white man situation, man? Oh, history shows us over and over how the white man broke the treaties with the nigga. White man came over here and just mixed us out. Nah, man. Niggas that look just like us came over here, man. And they used the white man as a straw man like they're doing right here. That don't sanctify the white man. Nah, white man was used and white man abused, right? With that little power they got as landlords, they abused and they turned on their Moorish friends and also stabbed them in the back, obviously. But whose fault is that? Y'all gave them the power to do that to you. Now, we don't know who's truly running things. If I had my vote, I'd say that a nigga that looked just like me is running some stuff. A Naga looking just like me. Families looking just like us. It's still running things. But we're talking the priest king, so the Prester is higher than y'all. The Prester is higher than y'all. King David is forever. The function is higher than all y'all hijack put together. That's the secret. That's the secret, boss. Yeah, man. It's getting real clear, man. Multiple witnesses of HaWah and Khan Dawi, the return of Dawi. Yeah, thus says HaWah, the power of Israel, saying, write you all the words I have spoken unto you in a book, for lo, the days coming, says HaWah, that I will turn, in other words, turn back the captivity of my people. We just read that in Hosea 5. That's Hosea chapter 3, Shalach. Israel will return, right? Seek HaWah and Khan Dawi. Let's go. Multiple witnesses. This is Jeremiah now. The days come, right? We're talking end of days. It's coming. It hasn't happened, but it's coming. I will turn the captivity of my people Israel. Has it happened yet? And Judah, you think the issues, you think the issues are over there saying, yeah, you know, the Creator's gonna turn our captivity? Nah, man. None of them is really talking about freedom. They looking good right now in the system, right? The issues. I'm not talking about Judah. I'm talking about the issues, right? They're not over here begging the Creator for freedom from their captivity, man. They don't feel like they're in captivity in America. Come on, man. You know who's begging for their captivity to get the enemy's foot off our neck? All these bills and taxes and hard breaks for a Naga. All these setups, all these traps for a Naga. Prison system, poison food, poison education system, spraying the Nagas, air, cutting off our water supply. Naga can't get real corn. Can't even make real popcorn no more, man. Not gonna try to get land, gotta pay top dollar, top diggity dollar. Nah, man. They can do whatever they want, but us, we asking for our captivity to be turned, man. My people Israel, my people Judah, we asking for captivity to be turned back. Says HaWah, I will cause them to return to the land. You see what I'm saying, man? If this is all we talk about right now in Prester 118, we've done our due diligence. Because this is all it's about. Everything we're showing you, Joy World, MHOE, it's all it's about is returning to our land, securing our land, keeping our code, most high fashion, Nagaville, tribe of music, return to the land is all we doing. I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. What happens when you possess the land? That means that ain't nobody possessing you. Do you remember what that feels like? That you possessed the land, but they didn't possess you? Now you've been possessed the whole time, huh? A walking zombie, brainwashed. You thought you was from Africa, huh? We about to get back into that Moorish document. You thought you was from Africa, man? All right, let's go, man. Let's go. I guess we in Africa. I guess we in northwest of Maxim, right? Let's go, man. Verse 4, Jeremiah 30. And these are the words that HaWah spoke concerning Israel, concerning Judah. For thus says HaWah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Let me back it up, man. I need you to hear the words real clear. And these are the words that HaWah spoke concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Thus says HaWah, we have heard a voice of trembling. We're talking framer and shaper. We, Abba, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace. Kanagas is afraid. Afraid when you walk out the door. Afraid when you inside your house. Afraid when you wake up. Afraid when you go to sleep. What does that sound like? Deuteronomy 28. God. You're supposed to get Baruch when you walk in, Baruch when you go out. But we in the curses because we out of code, right? So we getting cursed. But Israel's supposed to return, right? Return. The days come that I will turn the captivity of my people. Cause them to return to the land. Verse 6, ask you now and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? Why am I seeing y'all looking like y'all women in labor? Why do I see grown-ass men looking like they women in labor? Why are y'all faces are turning to paleness? Why are y'all so afraid? This is HaWah popping off. This is HaWah popping off. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is a time of trouble. I said trouble unto Jacob. But out of it he shall be saved. So no matter how much the hijack kick us while we down, deep down inside, they know we gonna get that get back, 100. But not because there's no JC or no Muhammad, but because the Creator, personally, our framer, our shaper, personally we have a contract with, not through nobody else. We got to return directly to our Creator to even access the water, the fountain of youth, to even have the privilege of having a shepherd forever and being the flock of the shepherd, to be the flock of the shepherd, the one shepherd. Repeatedly is being told to us in our scripture that David got the Khan. Out of it he shall be saved. It shall come to pass in that day, says HaWah, that I will break his yoke from off your neck. No more captivity. No more not having land for free, water for free air, clean air, and will burst your bands. And strangers shall no more make you they slaves, bondmen, but they shall serve HaWah. Uh-oh. Sound like Hosea 3, right? Second witness, right? And they shall serve the Creator and David their king. Second witness that this David situation is happening. Hosea 3 said end of days. Jeremiah 30 says, whom I will raise up unto them. God. I said, God. I can't make this stuff up. We in Prester 118, but I'm still kicking in like it's Prester 8. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the foundation and repetition breaks the spell. And they don't have all these scriptures for Christ, talking about Christ will be risen up to us and some prophet backing that up. There's no scripture like Hosea 3 talking about search for the Creator and JC. There's nothing like that. They got to keep trying to find ways to squeeze this hijack in to the Torah, to the Tanakh. But HaWah ain't no confused author. He ain't no author of confusion. It's very clear that you have a shepherd being raised up. So don't be afraid, Jacob. Don't be dismayed, Israel. I will save you from afar, and your seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall again be quiet and at ease, and none shall make him or her afraid. I'll correct you, but I ain't gonna make a full end of you. For I will correct you in measure, because you've been out of code, right? Harlotry, idolatry. But I will not utterly destroy you. Yeah. We've formed a grievous wound to our Creator. We have to feel that wound of turning to other powers outside of our power. We have to feel that hurt. We feeling it, right? We feeling it. But our seed will return. The seed, right? You will serve the Creator again. To serve the Creator is to keep the code. When you keep the code, your shepherd returns. Your land returns. Whom I will raise up, right? I can't make this. The preacher man ain't gonna give it to us straight up. Preacher man got a doctrine to follow. He go to theology school to put the scripture together to break you down and to open you up to a new hero. But this don't say JC is being risen up. It says David, whom I will raise up unto them. And that's when you get saved. That's when your seed returns from captivity. That's when you are at ease and shalom, we say. But you got to seek the Creator directly. And you do that by keeping the code. And Exodus 20 got us in code. Look out for the Code Keeper series popping right off after this. And once you back in code, we talk Prester John, King David. One shepherd. It's not confusing. So why do they make it confusing, boss? Because they have intentions. What are their intentions, boss? To extinguish your capacity to see the light, according to the Virginia House of Delegates. By extinguishing the light, they take away your source, which is HaWah. They have to plug you into something new. They call it an excellent new tune, but we fight for the ancient love song that is the frequency of our Creator. We fight for the two sticks coming together, the house of Israel coming together, for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and all the house of Israel, his companions. Behold, I'll take the stick of Judah, and the tribes of Israel, his companions. I'll put them unto him together. That's when X marks the spot. Two sticks come together with Judah to make them one tribe, right? One stick. That's the whole moral to the entire Tanakh. We just read it in Hosea 3 that Israel will return, seek the Creator. You returning is coming together as one tribe. That's when the whole tribe returns. We got in Jeremiah 30 that you going to return to your land, right? And that returning is the whole tribe. One stick, one tribe, one drop. Now we got a third witness, right? We got Hosea, Jeremiah, now Ezekiel. And Ezekiel bore the sins of Israel for over 430 days. For all their sins, he had to lay in cow dung on one side, bound to the floor, and then get flipped over to the other side for another 100 and something days. That's torture. That's crucifixion, man. 430 days you're strapped to the floor, eating cow dung. That's torment. Don't even talk about JC. That's 430 days straight, bound to the floor. JC checked out easy. Ezekiel was punished and purified for the sins of Israel, the entire tribe. So he deserves to be holding this stick together. He earned the right to hold the stick with both tribes, northern and southern tribes of Hasharah, all the tribe becoming one stick. He represents that. He bore the sins of Israel and Judah. He could put the sticks together. This is a credible witness. And what do we get with these two kingdoms coming back together? I will save them. Not JC, third witness. If JC was that important, this will say Jesus will save them. It'll be all over the Tanakh because it's prophesied the Son of God will come. No, the firstborn, according to Psalms 89, the firstborn is David. And the tribe of Israel is also called the firstborn, right? So, JC, fall back. You just duplicating. You just reflecting. It's just a phantom, hijacked phantom. The Creator said, I will save them out of their dwelling places wherein they have sinned. Verse 23, get it back. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, just like Hosea 3. You see how this is flowing? Preacher man don't give it to us where the water's flowing. They just got their theology school doctrine. They try to poison us into opening our hearts to JC. Call on JC. I will say that. David's getting encompassed with enemies. He prays to the Creator directly. The Creator personally hears David, personally saves David. What are you calling on some hijack for? Most high over everything. I said most high over everything, boss. I will save them out of their dwelling places wherein they have sinned. harlotry, and will cleanse them, so shall they be my people. This is the first step. You keep the code, and I will be their power, and my servant David shall be king over them. I can't make this stuff up, my nugget. I'm not making no doctrine up. I'm reading, surfing away, and letting the water flow. Letting that ruach flow with the cons. We've been doing this, for a beautiful journey, man. So I just had to refortify the purpose of this Prester flow is not so you get information about the magical, mystical Prester John. The hijack loves talking Prester John. They just don't like talking Prester John to us. They like talking Prester John to each other in Harvard and Yale. They don't want to talk about Prester John in the neighborhood. But I was talking Prester John behind the wall. We talking Prester John in the community now. We got the books, man. We got the library, huh? And my servant David shall be king over them. Hosea 3:5 says, search for HaWah and King David. Jeremiah 30, serve the Creator and David your king, whom I will raise up unto them. And then you are now being able to come together as two sticks into one stick, which is the towel, which is the mark, which is the sign, which is the covenant. They want to put JC on the towel. No, hijack, you don't put Jesus on this towel. The towel represents the entire tribe coming together. The crucifixion of the entire tribe because of our idolatry. Our detestable things, our transgressions. We were crucified. We were molded, we were massacred, man, on this land. Genocide to the extreme. Hatred to the extreme to this day. Policed by our adversaries. But HaWah said we're going to be saved out of our dwelling places, our cities, everywhere that we've still been in transgressing, you know what I'm saying? But we will be cleansed, man. Israel returns, seeks the Creator, right? Because to do that, now you my people. And I will be their power, and my servant David shall be king over them. And they all shall have one shepherd, man. This is a perfect time to introduce Jesus, Muhammad, all these religions. We don't need religions. We just need HaWah. And HaWah will give us our one shepherd, which is the priest Khan David, who is a forever Khan, whom I will raise up. I will raise up. You thinking Jesus is being raised up? Hell no. David, whom I will raise up. Ezekiel 37, verse 24. One shepherd, Khan. They shall walk in my ordinances, observe my statutes. They shall KTC. They shall dwell in the land. Just like Jeremiah 30. As soon as you return, HaWah is bringing you to your land that he's promised you, right? Your heritage is restored. Your priesthood is restored. We shall dwell in the land that HaWah has given unto Jacob, Haqua, the tribes of Israel, Asherah. My servant wherein your fathers dwell, and they shall dwell therein, they and their bonds and their children and their children's children forever. And David, my servant, right? It's the Creator popping off. It's Creator talking. My servant is who? David, who Psalms 89 is called the firstborn bond. Because you're talking about a frequency that's familiar with the Creator. You're talking about a Melchizedek flow. And somehow I feel like the same Melchizedek that visited Abraham is the same energy of the Ruach that David had. That's what made him so familiar and beloved and established among the Creator forever. And David, my servant, shall be their prince, their Khan, forever. David is forever Khan. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. So this covenant of Shalom comes with the prince, the Khan, that is forever, the servant of HaWah. You don't get there without being in code and seeking the Creator first. Directly. You gotta seek the Creator directly. You gotta be in code directly with HaWah. Then you get your forever prince or Khan. Then you get your covenant of peace. Then you get your land and dwelling securely and safely on your land. Once you're in that covenant of Shalom, you can have Shalom. It shall be an everlasting covenant. That means it don't ever end. They want their slavery to be forever. You're looking at crypto and going further into captivity. HaWah said, nah, my covenant is forever. You can get out of this captivity. You don't have to go into the metaverse, man. You don't have to go into the metaverse. You can go back into your covenant of Shalom, of peace, which is an everlasting covenant, and get your land back and be established with real things, real minerals, real gold, real water. I will establish them and multiply them, and I will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forever. My dwelling place also shall be over them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And the nations, all them hijacks, gonna know I am HaWah that sanctifies Hasharah, that sanctifies the people, man, the tribe. When my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forever. Repetition breaks the spell. It's three witnesses. Search for HaWah and David the Khan that comes with the covenant of Shalom. It shall come to pass in that day, says HaWah, I'm going to break his yoke from off your neck and burst your bands. You free Nagas, free the Naga. Strangers shall no more make them their bondsmen. Jeremiah 39, say what? But they shall serve the Creator and David their God. Witness number 2, whom I will raise up unto them. Witness number 1, for the children of Israel shall sit solitary many days. But time's up, my knock. It's time to pop off. Now's the time. You've been without a Khan, but you're going to return. And when you do, you KTC, you seek the Creator, you keep the code, you keep the ordinances, the statutes, you remember HaWah, you desire HaWah, and you get your one shepherd, Ezekiel 37, one shepherd, you get your one shepherd back. That comes with the covenant of Shalom, that comes with your land. Not a Muhammad, not a JC. No disrespect to all my niggas doing what you do, but this is a sound and a vibration that they can't teach us. We can't be in their doctrines, man. That's our captivity. Israel never had a prophet outside of Israel. And we're talking about a seed of David, and JC can't be a seed of David if he's an immaculate conception. He's a son of God. He ain't got to be a seed of David. He's a son of, he comes from the Virgin Mary. He ain't got no daddy, right? He can't be the seed of David, but the prophecy is that the seed of David But they want to call him son of David, but he's not the seed of David. He's an immaculate conception, body bag for the illusion. Seed of David. The loins is important. It's important. It matters. It matters. The seed matters. You plant your garden, the seed matters. We plant Israel, the seed matters. Khan, 3 witnesses. We out of here, man. Like I said, we belly flop. All right, here we go. So we're talking supreme law of the land. I just had to make sure we understand who got the supreme law and what's coming with it. Let's go. Mount Ararat, a snow-capped, inactive volcano in eastern Turkey, was mentioned in the KJV Bible as the legendary mountain where the biblical Noah, the ark landed. All right, so he gonna bring it right home to the Carolinas. And now we're talking Kara, like the Kara Kata. And on the 7th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest in the mountains of Ararat. Now it's funny because they love quoting the Bible, but they don't really want to keep the code. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to serve the Creator only. You know what I mean? They don't like talking King David. They want to talk their prophet, right? But then they want to go quote the Bible. Forked tongue, man. Mount Ararat is known as part of the Pilot Mountains in North Carolina. All right, let's get the drop. As a throw-off, because the Mount Ararat in North Carolina fits the biblical description of the resting place of Noah's Ark way better than its counterpart in eastern Turkey. And that might go into, again, how the elevation of the lands here, might be much higher than other places. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the water already, maybe these lands popped about the water like they say, you know what I'm saying, in the Manny P. Hall books and whatnot, love the Cootie Mayo, right? So that's what makes this land more ancient, is that as the water subsided, went down, not all the land popped up at the same time. These lands are on different elevations, and the Americas are high up there, man. So North Carolina, these Pilot Mountains, he's saying as a throw-off, they're calling it Pilot Mountain. Okay. Part of the Pilot Mountains. Let's look. We got to dig on it. Because the Mount Ararat in North Carolina fits the biblical description of the resting place of Noah's Ark way better than its counterpart in eastern Turkey, since the Bible mentions the mountains of Ararat, and you have several mountains in that area according to the 1751 map from the Library of Congress. Plus, when we factor in the Ararat River, Ararat, Virginia, and Ararat, North Carolina, all of the said Ararat place names suggest that the biblical Mount Ararat was in North Carolina, which means that the real ancient Turkey, the Moors call themselves the Turks, right? We done been through this, right? So they claim to be the ancient Turks, right? Okay. Was in the Carolina. In Kara in ancient Turkey just means black or melanated, right? So copper colored Khan is a Kara. Black cat they. Oh, there they go. The root word of Carolina is Kara, which means black and Turkish, man. I'm reading it with y'all, man. We just done been through this, many times, man. So it's almost like we know what's coming. In Arabic, lina refers to a small young palm tree. It is a direct Quranic name. Figuratively, lina means tenderness, delicate. Yes, Carolina or Carolina is of Turkish Islamic origin. Oh, boy. Which It's no surprise to me since we have over 500 American cities and towns that are Arabic in origin. Now, the root of the Arabic is coming out the ancient Picto-Paleo-Hebrew. So that's a way for them to kind of throw some, sort of a smoke screen. Okay, well, there's an Arabic meaning, well, there's also a Hebrew meaning. Why not give both? Why not give the Arabic meaning and the ancient Hebrew meaning as well? Why stop at the Arabic as if that's the most ancient pop offness when we are reading about Arab proper, right? Arab pretender, Arab proper. Who spoke this Arabic first, right? Let's remember that. In the Jewish Encyclopedia, we're digging on Arab propers, Dropcom flow. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, we're talking Joktan, son of Eber, man. I'm just belly flopping with some links, man. That's relative and relevant. Joktan's descendants, right? So why stop at the Arabic unless you want us to dig deeper, right? So that's cool. That's cool. Because Aqua Time, we're gonna get back on this coffin drop. How this connects to Alexander the Great, you know what I'm saying? And how it connects to the Asia right here, which is America. Asia proper, right? So Joktan in Arabic literature bears the name Qatan, right? So we read about Prester John the Car Qatan, the Qatan, also connecting with his Joktan or Yucatan, like the Mexico Mexica flow. Joktan is described as the ancestor of several South Arabian tribes. Now pay attention because they want to talk Arabic to us, right? Right? The Moors want to talk Arabic to us, right? Without us, I guess you force us to go deeper because you're going to have to address this Joktan situation, this Qatan situation. We're talking Eber, right? And you want to say you Hebrew or Eberu, so you got to respect Eber like we respect Eber. And I think we have him in a figure four ether lock, man. Say it with me, ether lock, body bag for the illusion. You got to respect Eber because you're always claiming to be the same as the Hebrew, right? So you respect Eber, and the younger son of Eber is Joktan, who is the progenitor of 13 Arabic tribes. Now, are these Muslims, man? Right? Are these Islam? Or are these sons of Eber? Sheba, Ophir, Avilia, Hazar Mavith? Yeah. The younger, he who humbles himself. We got to be humble about this. The place of settlement of Joktan's descendant is given as from Mesha, like Meshi, like Mexico, like Yucatan, like Joktan. Let's go. In accordance with this statement, Arab genealogists hold Qatan to be the first king of Yemen. So Joktan is the first king of Yemen, right before they go into the Islam flow. It's Joktan, son of Eber. Not Islam, son of Eber, okay? Before you Islam us and make us think Arabic means Islam, the Arab had nothing to do with Islam. This is when you make a distinction between Arab proper and Arab pretender. And we don't have to make it. We're getting it in the Jewish encyclopedia, right? So his son's successor, Yarub, the first person who spoke Arab, man. So that when you talk Arabic to us and try to make us feel like you're talking about a tribe outside of the Hebrew, Eber, the son of Joktan, the son of Eber, the grandson of Eber is Yarub. Yarub is the first person to speak Arabic, man, which means as a Hebrew, son of Eber, Hebrew, has a Hebrew. You see the connection between the Hebrew and the Arabic and what came first. This is a body bag for the illusion. If the Hebrew came first, then you can't just give us the Arabic meaning of things. Because the Arabic meaning ain't the original meaning. Because Yarub, the grandson of Eber, was the first to speak Arabic. But this is but the legendary form of the tradition that Joktan or Khatan was the progenitor of the Southern Arabs. Now, who's the Southern Arabs? The Arab proper boss. So by the time you Arabic us today, Moors, the Ishmaelite Arabs were originally of non-Arab stock. Third man hand rub, right? Body bag for the illusion. To be of Arab stock, you're of a rabbi stock. Because the Arab is a rabbi. Yeah, a lawgiver. What law? Exodus 20 got us in code. The commandments of the Creator. You got to represent the commandments of HaWah to be a true Arab. You can't be a pretender, man. You can't be pretending to be a rabbi. You're out of code. So if you're out of our code, then you would be considered a heathen, right? A heathen, a Gentile. Not because you are by blood a Moabite, but because you are out of code and you are worshiping idols. And that makes you an Arab pretender. But the true Arab language comes right from the Iberu, son of Eber, Joktan, Yarub flow. It comes from Arab proper. So there's an Arabic that's proper, right? And that Arab proper connects to the Eber flow. And the Eber is the Iberu. And the progenitor of 13 Arabic tribes doesn't mean 13 Muslim tribes or Islamic tribes. It means Arab propers, people that are lawgivers. It means he's the progenitor of 13 a rabbi. They put the C at the end, right? But you have a rabbi. That these 13 a rabbi tribes are law-keeping, code-keeping, law-giving tribes. Nothing to do with Islam. Nothing to do with Muslim. Everything to do with the code of HaWah. Everything to do with the Iberu, the Kover, the Kiber. Ka? That is a Arab proverb. But these hijacks, man, hijacking our flow, hiding in the tents of a rabbi, are but pretending to be a rabbi. They adopt Arab customs. They intermarry with genuine Arabs. The house of Judah, the house of Israel, they had to marry in to try to get their land, to get, land rights, to be genuine a rabbi. But they ain't nothing but the mustarab, right? Being therefore called mustarab, Mustarab. Another son of Khatan who was called Jarhum immigrated to northwest Arabia and founded the kingdom of Hijaz. This tradition was probably invented at a latter date in order to establish a close relationship between the northern and southern Arabs, because it is added that Ishmael married a woman of the tribe of Gerhum and became a member. So Ishmael is also intermarrying with genuine Arabs to try to get the proper, because without the women that they're taking from our tribe, without our queens, without marrying into our queens, hijacking our queens, raping our queens, their line would be pretending, their heritage would be pretending. They use the women to form the matriarchies so that they can have some proper, genuine, a rabbi bloodline. So they, to this day, the Jewish go through the mother to prove you're a Jew. because they need genuine A-Rabbi connection. What happened to the seed? They skipped that over because we're being hijacked, we're being invaded, we're being killed off, right? There's a new, now to be an American, they can just be born here, right? They can just take the title. It's the same thing. They just taking the title. Oh, we're going to take the women. Through the women, we'll have the title. We're going to circumvent the seed. To this day, they want to circumvent the seed, act like we washed up, act like we don't exist, like we just been intercepted and hijacked out. Come on, man. We've been fighting the whole damn time. We've been fighting the whole damn time. We're talking air prop. Yeah, man. So they want to talk Arabic. When they talk these Lena flows and say this Quranic name, that means, Islamic name. Nah, man, we're talking Arab proper, genuine, proper. We're talking Joktan. Yarub, the first to speak Arab proper from Eber. This is not Islamic or Quranic. Stop the play. This is Katan. This is the Kara Katan. Kara Kata. Delicate tenderness. Black tenderness, man. So they come to the conclusion, we have over 500 cities, man, that are Arabic in origin or Arab. We're talking Southern Arabs, man, Arab proper. From the line of Joktan. To be a rabbi, you got to be from this Joktan flow. Younger son of Eber and progenitor of 13 a rabbi, law-giving, law-keeping, code-keeping tribes. To be a Arab, you must be of the line, the loins of Joktan Katan. Alright? That's why his son Yarub is the first Naga speaking Arabic, man. We're talking Arab proper, boss. So don't tell us about these things Arabic in origin when the origin of the Arab, a rabbi, is Joktan. Katan. Proper. Genuine. I ain't talking musty raps, man. Okay? I ain't talking mustard raps. I ain't talking the moose. Nah, I'm not talking Ishmael. Nah, man. I ain't talking Moab. Nah, man. Respectfully, I'm talking Arab, proper, from the loins of Joktan, from the loins of Eber. Very simple. HaWah is not the author of confusion. So the origin, Arabic in origin, must go back to Eber, must go through Joktan. There's also a Mount Ararat next to Paradise, California. Ain't that so? What are these eyes, right? Paradise or Paris or Paris, the original Paris, paradise. Why do all ancient cultures but Rome have an Atlantis cosmography? According to Jean-Louis Rodolphe Agassiz, renowned biologist, geologist from Harvard, America is the old world, and he states as follows. What does John Louis state? This renowned biologist, this renowned geologist from Harvard, what does he talk about? I mean, this would be an expert. What is he saying? Quote, first born among continents. Didn't we just say America has a higher elevation Managa, now we got validation from Harvard. Let's go. Let's go. Man, let me get it bigger, man. This is great, man. Firstborn among continents. America has been falsely denominated the New World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out the water. I said the water. So you saying America popped up out the water before Africa? That's why that's why these pyramids are older. Hey, Caramel, take the wheel. Man, we out of here. First dry land out the water. First dry land lifted out the water. Hers was the first shore washed by the ocean that enveloped all earth besides. And while Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea, America, Atlantis, already stretched in an unbroken line of land from Nova Scotia to the far west, boss. Oh yeah, we're talking Pacific now. Lemuria, man. California, move. So when you're looking for the press, that's why they stopped looking for Prester John when they found us here. They found the old world. They knew they was in the right spot. Firstborn among the continents. America has been falsely denominated the new world when it's the old world. Hers was the first dry land lifted out the water. Hers was the first shore washed by the ocean that enveloped all the earth. So they just had some islands over there, man. But the elevation, since it was higher when the water, once you got the flat drop, you see that water goes up, water go down. HaWah opened up those windows, man, the firmament, you got waters popping off, the springs beneath can raise up the water level. Then you got lands disappearing. Or you can open up, you know what I'm saying, the great, beneath and allow the water to go inside and lower the water, levels, and you see lands popping up. And America is firstborn. So we're talking Israel firstborn, we're talking David firstborn. This is why it coincides with Prester John being right here in India Superior, because we're talking firstborn. The Prester firstborn. He's on the continent that's firstborn. And that's why they call it India Superior. Very simple. Fair use in your caboose boat, man. Map pat, map pat. Right, so it's the only place on the whole world, right? The known earth that you see South America and what does it say? Florida, Mexico. This is 1548, my nigga. Gastaldi, man. India Superior, right? Because America's firstborn. It's popping out the waters first, man. He's talking about unbroken access through Atlantis, man. You see it right here, except they call it Greenland, boss. Uh-oh. What's up with Greenland, man? Not a lot of people really talk Greenland, man. What's going on in Greenland, man? What's happening in Greenland? I think it's time, to really start asking some questions around here. Terra Fuego, Tarazanta, Cathay, which is China. Love China, in case you didn't think Cathay was China. India. India Superior. Florida, Mexico, right? So this is just more validation. Firstborn among the continents. America is falsely denominated New World when it's the Old World. Come. First dry land lifted out the water. First dry land lifted out the water on the whole earth, or at least this part of the earth plane. You know what I'm saying? So how big was the flood? These are the questions we ask. Firstborn. Okay, let's talk about Moors. Moors were brown-skinned people of all faiths and customs, not just Islam. Thank you. Okay, so Ammonites, Moabites, Israelites, all brown, all Moor, all faiths, right? That's why we got to make a distinction. It's not just about being a Moor. If you're of all faiths, that means you're practicing idolatry, customs like throwing stones at Merculus. Yeah. See, that goes under the Moor category. We're just talking Islam. You know what I'm saying? Or Christianity, or Buddhism, whatever you do. We talking about KTC keeping the code. So we got to be more than just more, right? We got to be the tribe of Jacob again, right? We got to be Hasharala again. We got to be the tribe that was given the code. That's going to return from captivity. There's also two sets of Moors. The Moors spelled with the double O, or the Moors from Europe and Africa. The Moors spelled with the M-U-U-R, or the Moors from Mu, Atlantis, aka Lemuria, the American. See, you got to make up your mind, boss. Because Atlantis and Lemuria were two warring frequencies. You got dragons, you got snakes, you got alchemical serpent, and you got alchemical dragon. So Mu, the Americas, was on a different frequency than what you're calling Atlantis. And Atlas is just a son of Poseidon. Now you're with the Zeus flow again, right? Poseidon wanted to claim this land, and this is where Egypt's coming out of. The sons, the daughters of Poseidon, the hijacks, the Zeus and them, the family, the confederacy. Atlantis was not supposed to be permanent. The creator destroyed Atlantis. Leviathan was sent to destroy Atlantis. Yeah, man. Leviathan cracked that thing down. Oh boy. Let's tell the truth. If we're talking more, talking Mo. Oh yeah, now we're talking ancient frequency. Now we're talking Pacific. We're not talking about what's happening in the Atlantic with Atlantis. That's two warring frequencies. Even the cities of gold would tell you that. Keep in mind that you have the title More, Mu, Mir, Mur, More, Meru, Mary, in the word America. But what about Amari, Theodorus? What about my kid? They don't want to talk about the forbidden histories of America. They don't expect us to go further, just like with the Arab proper, right? For example, Amaruka, Tamari, Inca, Aman Ra. So this is when they're, doing their duality to Houthis and thoughts. You know what I mean? They want to do the wordplay. So America got to be Amarocco, right? It has nothing to do with Theodorus, Makir, Mary. It got nothing to do with the Hebrew families, the Davidic princes. It got nothing to do with David and Prester John. It got nothing to do with that, right? You got to do with America, Vespucci, and all these other things they teach us in hijack history. Al-Maru Khan. Well, we know Khan in Hebrew means priest. I don't know about Arabic. But proper Hebrew, Khan means priest, right? So they're giving you the hints. Or we're talking about the dragon, the Ka, the Amaru, the dragon, right? A maxim like Mexico. Let's go. Oh, the whole world was named after Moshe, the Mexican. Etymology is very powerful, true science. The Washita Moors are the oldest indigenous people on the planet. Stop it. We're not on the planet, first of all. If you want to tell us the truth, you would get us off a spinning ball. Second of all, how you claim the Washita is the oldest tribe on the entire Earth plane? That's a very bold statement. It's a very bold statement. I was going to leave that alone because that's how bold of a statement that is. You just going to say that? Oh, this tribe's the oldest on the whole planet. Does the oldest make you the most righteous? I'll let you think about that. Is older always better? I'll let you think about that. But if you want to be the oldest, whether you in code or not, then you have to come with some receipts, man. Let's go, man. All right. We're talking about Amari. So the so-called blacks in America, for the most part, are the Berber Moors. And the American land mass was also known as Al-Morocco. Okay. This is a recorded fact. Oh, you Moors and your facts, I tell you, man. It's recorded, huh? You know what else is recorded? You know what else is recorded, boy? The forbidden histories are recorded as well. Page 70 of the PDF, 62 of the book. Let's go. I'm talking to Mary. I'm talking to Maru Khan. Ain't you talking that too? We got to go back in history since they want to talk history, right? To realize this thing called Kalaluz is promised land. To realize, when we talk Kalaluz, we're talking the land of America. Let's get this bigger. All right. So when they talk Amaruka, America, Morica, more, land of Kalaluz means promised land. They admit this is the promised land. They admit this is the old world, but then they try to claim it with their duality, double talk, fork tongue. They don't go further past Al Morocco. See, Al Morocco. Now we're talking Kalaluz. We're talking Kalaluz artifacts in Arizona. We're talking about Cibola, Shambhala. The Kalaluz records speak of Theodorus as the leader of many peoples who leave the Roman lands, Remani, which means pomegranate in Hebrew. I don't know what it means in Arabic, but in Hebrew, Rimon, R-I-M-O-N, means pomegranate. And then Joshua had to bring back the pomegranates to prove he's in the promised land. So the Roman comes from Rimon, meaning the pomegranate connected with the promised land, boss. They stole the title Roman to connect themselves to the promised land, but we are the Rimmon. We're the Roman. We're the Rimon. You know what I'm saying? We're the Rimon. We're the pomegranate knockers. That's why you had the pomegranates, fastened to the fringes and on the garments. They represented the pomegranate as proof that they're in the promised land. Kalaluz. We're talking Cali. We're talking land of America, right? Septimania. Sept means seven. Now we're talking 7 cities of gold, and they came to the promised land to find the gold, right? Cities of gold. They're looking in the Andes. They're looking in Utah. They're looking in Mexico for the gold. The 7 cities, the Sept. Who's the king of Septimania? That's the king of the 7 cities of gold. See, the Moors ain't talking about the 7 cities of gold. That's mythology now, right? They ain't talking the dragons. That's mythology, right? They're not talking India superior, boss, because now you're going to have to connect it with the king of Septimania. And the Kalaluz records speak of Theodore Rus. Now we're talking Rus, right? Like Rusadan, right? As the leader of the many peoples who leave the Remani lands for Kalaluz. 775 AD. We're talking 775 AD. I don't know, what timeline they on when they talking about being the oldest and this and that. This recorded fact, but they say you blacks are barbers. Barber. Y'all remember the Hebrew word of the day? Because they want to speak Arabic, but we talking a rabbi proper. Eber, right? Eber. Barbar. Hebrew word of the day. Barbar. Hebrew word of the day. Barbar. Oh, I spell it right. Barber. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Barbar. Ooh, they got barber shop. That makes you think about the barber shop, huh? Because then they go into the barba or the beard talk. Nah, man, stop playing, man. Let's help them out here. Swan. That sound familiar to y'all? Yeah, they really on that play. Barbar. Hebrew word for swan. Straight up. I gotta do all this to get the drop. You see, an ordinary naga gonna give up. They're not gonna keep on digging. They're gonna see barbar and barbershop and beard and baba. They ain't gonna get the drop. The Hebrew word of the day. Swan, right? Barber. Barber. Why is that important? Look, like I said, I didn't know what I was gonna talk about. We just belly flopping, enjoying some great links that we done kept up, throughout the years, man. All right. So we're talking barbars and swans. That's the Hebrew word of the day. Barber. Barber. So when they say the Berber, code word is barber. Why is that important? Why is the barbar important? Just keep reading. So we talking 775 AD. We in the timelines, we don't know. Could be 1775. But let's go. Theodorus is none other than the Hebrew. When they say Jewish, I'm going to help them out, right? The Hebrew Khan of the 7 cities of gold. A Romani Hebrew state in southern France. Now, we could be talking about just Canada or Canada. He is the son of the first Hebrew Khan of Septimania, also called Theodoric, Thierry, or Ameri, right? So before they give you a conclusion of Al Morocco as America or Amaric, there's a person named Amaric in 775. This person is a Hebrew Khan. It's the Khan of the 7 cities of gold. Would not the land be named after this Khan? He is also called Makir, which means the mark, the sign, the tile, the covenant. Todrus or told the Roos or Ross, Clan Ross. Let's go. Now, Theodore Roos, or also Amery, Amery, Nehemiah Katif, Namon Amor Ben Amor, is also known as Theodoric, King of Saxony, and as Nemus, Duke of Bavaria. He and his brothers were great warrior Davidic princes. Now, why isn't it the more is talking about these David princes when we talk about America? Why do they bring it to this, you know, Ameru Khan, this Almaraco, this Amun Ra Ka? Like, why we gotta go to a whole nother god, a whole nother power? Because to them, they can only move with permission of the Pharaoh. I get it. They're tapped in and tied into Egypt. They're tied into Thoth. They're tied into Atlantis, right? The Moors gotta love Atlantis. The true Khans gotta love the original, the ancient love song. Those are the real Dracons, the real Khan, the real dragons. Not the snakes, not the cobras, not the alchemical serpent, not the sinus of Phyli, dog-headed, not Anubis in them, right? Not Thoth and Amun Ra. Nah, we ain't gotta go to Amarocco. Alright, but now it's very simple. Hebrew word of the day, swan, or barber, barbershop, for the barber. The niggas in the barbershop are the same barbars, right? The same barbars are the same swans. Why is this important? Because these David princesses in the time of Charlemagne, which means the great king, on the death of his father Machir Theodoric in about 765 AD, Nehemiah Theodoric becomes the Western Exilarch. These are the rulers during the Hebrew captivities, Babylon, and all that stuff we digging on. Leader of all the Hebrews of the revived Western Romani Empire. There were two separate Roman empires, right? Which one was run by us? Which one was run by them? In 770, which one's the phantom, man? Which one's the duplication? Which one's the real thing? The real Romani, the real Kalalus, the real America. Promised Land. Camelot is Kalalus. King Arthur is King David. Phantoms and duplications. They created Arthurian heritage and lineages as a farce, as a falsehood, to tie themselves into King Arthur, to tie themselves into some type of antiquity. They can't tie themselves into the seed of David. Not even JC, because he's an immaculate conception. Stop the play. 775 AD, Nehemiah Theodoric reconquered the American empire of Kalalus. How to get his name? Is it Amen Ra? Is it Almaraco? We're talking Kalalus. Kalalus was ruled by Sylvanus Toltexis. Texas, Toltec. Toltexis. Sylvanus, Soliman Khan. So now we're talking Solomon when we talk America? Yeah, we're talking King Solomon, the builder, son of David the builder, the hereditary ruler of this former Jewish or Hebrew-ruled Romani colony. Kalalus was founded in the 1st century BC by the Exilarch Babylonian, because he's in Babylonian captivity, which is a very general type of way of describing this type of captivity, because it seems to be stretching for damn near over 1,000 years. Known as Sylvanus Ogam. So Sylvanus Ogam is the founder of Kalalus. And Sylvanus Toltecs is coming in the lineage of Ogam, right? Now who's Ogam? Who's Brabo? Are we talking King David? the first ruler of Kalalus, the Promised Land. We're talking to Moshe Flow, talking the same thing. It's David Moses, man. What does the Ogam have to do with the Ogam script? What does this Sylvanus got to do with Solomon the Builder? And who's the Brabo? Solomon II, Babylonian exarch Nasi of Mara, ruler of Sumer. Sumer said in Britain, parentheses, or we're talking America, Sumer. A great Romani Hebrew ruler, soldier, ancestor of the Swan Knights. So when I talk Hebrew word of the day, and I say barbar, and they say barbershop, and I say these niggas in the barbershop are you, they're also known as the Swan Knights. But you didn't know that. The Hebrew word of the day, swan, is barbar, unless you've been, surfing the wave and our Prester John investigation. But they're not going to tell us that on their websites. They're just going to say, the so-called blacks in America are mainly the Berber, Mhoe. Remember the Mhoe they just said are brown-skinned people. So let's decipher Tahuti talk. Brown-skinned, copper-colored Nagas in America are for the most part barbers, right? Swan Knights. Ping Pow, also known as Barbar, Hakatzin. So the barber is more than the barber shop. The barber is a knight. The Prester is a knighthood, the function, protecting the secrets of Kalalus, King Arthur and Camelot and the Round Table. Look how this original is being duplicated into this King Arthur fake ass story, right? So these Swan Knights, and they're gonna call us Berbers, right? America's so-called blacks, mostly your Berbers. And this land was once known as Morocco. Okay, so let's kill, these lies and clarify this for these double talking, fork tongue, Tahuti talking niggas, man. Because this is niggerdom at this point. Because you're not doing this for the real niggas, man. This is not for us, man. This is black talk. You the blacks. You're not so-called black. You black. You black. Because you ain't giving us the trill. And this don't go out to all my niggas that fall under these banners of Moors and this and that. Some of y'all just doing something that feels good to y'all because you got the information, you got some sciences, you think you got some histories. Until you recon the Prester John investigation, you realize you don't know shit. You don't know shit about America. You don't know shit about these maps. You don't know nothing about the barbars. Who you thought the swans were? Who did y'all think the swans were? Why didn't y'all tell us we were knights in America? It's got nothing to do with Islam, that's why. It got nothing to do with Islam. But you call us the Barber Moors, the brown-skinned swans, right? Yeah, you call us the brown-skinned swan knights. Barber Hakazin, we're talking Salima, had a fleet of trading vessels, right? Solomon has a fleet of vessels that are ships of Salima or swan boats. Yep, I'm still talking the American Empire. I'm still talking America. Did you know that in America, in India Superior, you got a Prester? The Khan of Septimania, 7 cities of gold, India superior, Cathay, China, Florida, Mexico. They want to call it Morocco. They want to say you're a Berber. Hebrew word of the day. We ain't talking Arab. We're talking Arab proper. We're talking American Empire. Kalelu. Talking about the ruler of Sumer. Yeah, Sumer. Samaria. We're talking Swan Knights. The ships of Solomon, of Salimon. The swan boats that carry the Swan Knights. The Barbar, right? Not the Berber, the Barbar. The ships are shaped like the swan, with its sails like the wings of a beautiful gliding white swan. Imagine the majesty of these ships of Solomon, shaped like beautiful gliding white swans, carrying swan, copper color swan knights that they want to simplify as being the Berber Moors. But these Berbers are Barbar, swan knights, and swan boats. Swan knights and swan boats, the ships are shaped like swans, with the sails like the wings of a beautiful gliding white swan. After the defeat of Sylvanus told Texas, the members of the royal family, we're talking royal Nagas, sent back to Europe, where they were under the protection of Nehemiah Theodorus and his family. Because in Asia there and in Asia here, we had the David Exarchs popping off. Now, this was a David on David battle popping off. This is an Israelite on Israel war popping off in the 700s, because they didn't annihilate the members of the royal family. They were under protection. They just had to come up off the land. After the days of Solomon, the kingdom is divided, just like the scriptures say. We're talking Solomon the builder. The kingdom's divided. There's a David on David war. Is reclaimed by Makir, who's also known as Ameri, which is where you're getting America. Then it talks about the ogres and Dane and Tuatha, and then another version of this that they left out says where the Olmec heads are found. Talking about the same Toltexans, you know what I'm saying? So now they put the Olmec flow to it. Then you trace this same line into Mexico. And this is why the Jews can't claim this lineage, because they got to claim to be the Toltecs now. They got to claim to have traveled into Mexico. They got to claim to be Israel the Third. No, these are copper-colored Nagas, man. This is Negroes, so-called African Americans, man. Israel the Third went south to the Toltec lands of Mexico, and his grandson Makir Amarik, also known as mixed culture of the Toltecs, Madrig, and the Welsh genealogies, was the grandfather of Tapuzin, who is also called Israel the Seventh or Edwal. So we're tracing it from Sylvanus to Texas, Ogam, the Swan Knights, into Israel the Third, into Israel the Seventh, the priest of Quetzalcoatl, which is Joshua, man, who left Cholula. You know, Cholula's a real special place right here in America, right? Who left Cholula for Rhoda, the kingdom of Rhoda or Red, is right there in the Four Corners, now called Rhode Island over there in the East Coast, but it's originated like Maine was Mananay. And Mananan was right there in the Four Corners, Arizona, New Mexico, same as the Kingdom of Rhoda in the 1000 AD. Now we're talking about the Toltecs popping off, Tenochtitlan popping off. We're talking about the Anasazi migration up to the Hakka. He rejoined the remnant of the Rodans who led east and then back to Europe, and some of the Latin Jewish or these Hebrew Rodans in Latin America settled in northwestern Spain. Now you got the Jews being expelled from Spain, right? 400 years after that, but not the Moors, the Jews or the Hebrew. They didn't expel their own people. They expelled the Hebrews under the title Moors, just like they putting us under the same titles. See how this is being duplicated in these fake genealogies like King Arthur. It's settled in western Spain, whereas trained warriors, they were welcome to fight. Listen up, Managa. They were welcome to fight to preserve the freedom of northwestern Spain from the Muslims. That's why Islam don't talk about us. That's why Islam, these Moors ain't talking about Amérique. We're talking America. They saying America's Al Morocco. Aman, Amen Ra, right? America is a man, is Makir, who's also Mixcoatl. America is named after Mixcoatl of the Toltecs, grandfather of Israel the Seventh, who is the priest of Quetzalcoatl or Joshua, who left Cholula for Rhoda. This is the lineage of Amérique. His grandfather, Amérique grandfather, is Israel the Third, because his grandson, Makir Amérique, or Mixcoatl, was the grandfather of Israel the Seventh, who became the priest of Joshua or Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, they fighting to preserve the freedom of these Hebrews in Babylonian captivity from the Muslims. That's why the Muslims don't talk about us, these Nagas, the lineage of Amérique or America. They don't want to talk about this. They want to just say, hey, you non-researching black man, hey, you so-called blacks are for the most part, Berber Moors. We got to research Hebrew word of the day, barbar, swan. We got to get the forbidden histories of America, connect the barbar to the Swanite, and connect the Moors to, any generic term meaning great. Because I want more. I want to be great. I want more popcorn, man. Popping off about this popcorn, man. I want more. I want great. But to be great, you got to be Arab, right? To be great, just like you steal the great title more. To be great, you got to be an Arab proper. You can't be pretending. You got to be code keepers. You got to be Joktan, Qatar. You got to be Yucatan, right? You talk Mexico, you talking Yucatan, you talking Joktan. You got to be Iberu. You can't be playing with us. You got to be genuine Arab. You can't be musty raps. Nah, man. You can't be of non-Arabi stock. You can't be pretending. You got to be proper, right? You got to be proper. For the most part, blacks in America are Berber Moors. The American landmass was once known as Al Morocco, and that's a recorded fact. Huh. Ping pow. No. Stop the play. I call hijack. Because Al Morocco, America is not coming from Al Morocco. You're stemming all your flow from Davidic priest king. You're getting your flow from the Khan. I know you want this to be Africa, boss. Because it's an untold story, hush hush about the Moors. That's like a big secret. Truth is that the Moors were and are the aboriginals, the indigenous inhabitants of North, Central, South. Now you speak in general blackness or brownness or copperness, but we're talking tribal. You can't put us in these black holes where we're not talking tribe. You talking tribe, you're just not outwardly talking tribe unless we digging on Noble Drew Ali and we realize you talking Moabites, Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites. You ain't talking Israel. You ain't talking the tribe of Joshua. You calling Joshua the robber. You're saying he's robbing the lands from you. You're saying the Most High is taking land from you. Or are we reestablishing our terrain, our inheritance, our heritage? No, you're following the gods of Atlantis. You're not following the creator. But yeah, if they say you from Africa, it's because on their maps, North and South America are Northwest Africa and Southwest Africa. Or like they keep saying, Amexem or Mexico or Meshi, which means Moses. There's a hijacking Moses right in your face bone with the Amexem. And that's a recorded fact. Stop it, man. You want to talk mound builders, man? I'm sure you do, man. Hijack City. Israel the Third went south to the Tote lands of Mexico. You want to talk of Mexico? Want to talk of Mexico? His grandson is America. Amerique is the grandson of Israel the Third. America is named after the grandson of Israel the Third, who is the grandfather of the priest of Quetzalcoatl, Israel the Seventh. And that's why the Mormons claim Quetzalcoatl as their Jesus. But they just mean Joshua, and that's the way they try to curve this Christ business. Quetzalcoatl, talking Joshua. Let's go. Joshua's going to be brought up because he's done so much to lead you back to the promised land. We just talking Kalelus. He had to fight all these hijacks, had to fight all these Confederate tribes against Israel. Joshua had to go head up with them all. He had to stop the sun from moving to finish a war, to finish a battle. He had to stop the waterfalls to let the tribe pass on dry land. He had to stop the moon in her tracks. Oh, you thought you heard this before, man? Hear it again, because they ain't heard it yet. They duplicating the Kondawi into this hijack King Arthur genealogies, right? We had to preserve freedom from these Moabite tribes and Canaanite tribes and Amorite tribes, Ishmaelite tribes, Edomite tribes that wanted to claim the promised land because they thought they had the birthright. Tapuzin's son was called Lane Calvo or Lancelin. Sound familiar? King Arthur, Lancelot, Lancelin. I can't make this up. Of Camelot? No, Kalelus. And it all keeps going back to the David family, right? back to the Prince Mhoe Dot, and then with the Welsh flow, Alabama, Georgia, huh? Come on. So we get out that hijack real quick. They want to claim it. Al Morocco. We are claiming Amarique. It's not a stretch to put the A at the end, right? It's not crazy. Barber, Swan, Swan Knight, Makir, or Amarique. Amarique. Khan. I mean, sometimes you just gotta go a little further to claim what's ours. Funny, we're talking that Mormon gets a Quattro drop as we make our dismount. Again, this is just a great belly flop session with some tabs we had up. We got through a few. You see why we on Prester 118, because all it takes is a few for us to pop off all this time. But we got to keep reinforcing our foundation. The more we build, the more we reinforce the foundation. We don't just talk about something so completely different in Prester 118 than what we've been, building on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always keep an open bridge, you know what I'm saying, for the brand new wave surfer to cross, you know what I mean, so that they can belly flop. So, hey, look out for a brand new series called Mormons Digging Deeper, man. These are the type of things we're talking about when we talk indigenous truth, indigenous nuggets, Prester John, India Superior, Calais Luz. The first reference to dark skin as a curse and mark from God in latter-day saint writings can be found in the Book of Mormon, published 1830. It refers to a group of people called the Lamanites. And states that when they rebelled against HaWah, they were cursed with the skin of blackness. 2 Nephi chapter 5, verse 21. So, this is where a lot of this came from, Christianity and all this. Shalot, making my dismount. Let me get some water. Shalot. All right, so we're making a dismount, man, but this is where this so-called curse, your skin being a curse, so that they can make this bright, white, angelic race a thing now. So now there's more brown skin, more. It's now a curse. But it's interesting that these black people are at least in the Book of Mormon mentioned, right? By color. It's not just Solomon in the script saying, skin of, my skin is black. It's a tribe, right? A whole bunch of people called Lamanites. Oh yeah, black but comely. That's what I was thinking. Black but comely, black but beautiful is what that means. In the Song of Solomon. So, but this blackness as a curse, and as it spread through Christianity, and they taught they people in their racist minds of black people being cursed by God. It has some roots in reality, and it has a lot of bullcrap, right? Obviously, we are the, beautiful copper-colored tribes, the color of the earth, the soil, the red ruddies. So that's not a curse. We're protected by the sun. We got melanin popping off, crystallizing, magnetizing. But the curse, they are kind of telling you in a very shady, dualistic way that these Nagas are under some type of curse because they ain't listening, right? Like Deuteronomy 28. Because they're rebelling against the Creator based on our idolatry. Now, that's true. There's tying it into the skin of blackness because the people of the book at the center of it all are so-called black people. But to tie in their whiteness and to make themselves angels and pure, they gotta act like they are the correction. They are the new chosen ones because they're not cursed. They don't have black skin. But why does the sun curse you? If you're not cursed by the Creator, why can't you stand in the sun? So you're cursed by the sun because you're getting sunburn all the damn time and skin cancer and all this shit. But your whiteness is a blessing? I don't think they really believe that in 2023. A lot of them want some of this melanin, right? Melanin is $400 a gram, right? Melatonin, melanin. They want the blackness now, right? They want the curse now, right? So it's a very forked tongue, duality type flow, but you see the source of a lot of their wing wham, just popping off in real time, man. We'll leave it like this, man. In the investigation, when we talk Moshe, when we talk Moses and David, we'll do it like this. Go back in the book of Jasher, just pull up the link below. Another oldie but goodie for the tribe that's been surfing away. We'll pick it up over here. Oh yeah. Chapter 76. For the dismount. Moses, the son of Amram, was still king in the land of Cush in those days. So, if you ain't got this before, Moses is not just, let my people go, Prince of Egypt, Moses was the king of Cush, man. So when I make a King David comparison, I'm not coming out of left field. No, we're talking about two kings that are both going against giants. All right, they got the giant flow going on. They got a priest and king flow going on. They got magic scepters, staffs. This Prester John really seems to be combining and putting the story back together again, even the timelines back together again. And the more we do that, this Moshe flow really starts to merge with this Dawid flow now. Whether we're talking tribes of Levi or we're talking tribes of Judah, we know we're talking Israel, you know what I'm saying? And, this or that, either way, we know we got one shepherd, and we know the scepter never departs from HaWah, from Judah. So, we know that in these end days, as these cons tribe up, that we all become this priestly vine. We got the code, in us, you know what I'm saying? So let's go, man. It's pretty amazing. Moses, king of Cush, priest king. Moses was still king of Cush in those days, and he prospered in his kingdom. So he's the king of Cush, not Israel right now. He's the king of Cush. I just need you to Book of Jasher, right? Yashar. They took this out, the original, biblios, right? The original books. They took it out, right? So you gotta say why. It brings the king vibe to Moses. And then they distorted the King David vibe because you don't really get the priest vibe unless you really recon the Prester flow and you realize, he was an anointed king, right? It's different than King Saul. He was anointed personally by HaWah. King Saul was, still raised up and was given special powers and, a close connection with the Creator for sure. But HaWah knew that wasn't the permanent one shepherd. David came. He was anointed by the holy oil of HaWah to be the priest king, to be Khan forever. David king forever. Ezekiel 37, Ezekiel 34, Jeremiah 30, whom I will raise up unto them. Hosea 3, search for HaWah and Khan David, your king, man. So we had to connect all these witnesses in the script and outside, digging on the Genghis Khan, Prester John King David invasion, digging on this Kalelu's flow, Solomon the Builder, Sylvanus, Texas, Ogham flow, Barbar flow, Swanite flow. And see how it merges with this Moses story, right? So he's the king of Cush. Got you. And all the children of Cush love Moses. Remember, man, he conducted the government of the children of Cush in justice, in righteousness, and integrity. So they all loved him. All the children of Cush loved Moses, just like the children of Israel, right? But before he popped off with the children of Israel, he was popping off with Cush for 40 years. Then he was thrown in a dungeon for 10 years by his father-in-law, Reuel, or Jethro, according to the book of Jasher, who thought he was lying about being the king of Cush and thought he didn't get an honorable discharge because he didn't want to have babies with the Cushite woman because that was against his flow. She was mad at him. She said, man, he ain't even trying to have babies with us. He ain't no real son of Cush. So they said, all right, man, and look, we got to listen to her. But we're going to give you an honorable discharge. They gave him a bunch of gifts. He goes. Now you pick up in the Moses story, helping out Zipporah and all that, daughters of Reuel. But after he had a talk with, Reuel, Reuel threw him in a dungeon. He threw him in a dungeon for 10 years. And the only person checking for the Hebrew man was Zipporah. Didn't matter, what, if she was this, a daughter of Judah, man, why did HaWah send Zipporah? Why didn't HaWah send a daughter of Ephraim to take care of Moses? You know what I'm saying? Zipporah was very, very special. She was the only one checking for Moshe, right? So she feeds him these 10 years secretly in the dungeon. She had his back for 10 years. He gets out because she tells her dad, hey, you might want to check on this Hebrew. Reuel said, hey, if he's alive, fine, you can let him out. And she knew he'll be alive because she was taking care of him, you know what I mean? He lets him out. Moses gets out, pops off, and goes and free Israel. And goes to say, let my people go. He goes to the Pharaoh, right? So that's after being king of Cush for 40 years. That's after being in a dungeon with only Zipporah checking on him for 10 years. And he still goes and frees and saves the tribe of Israel, man. By that time, he's in his 70s, 60s, 70s. We're talking priest king. We're talking Prester John, priest king. So when we talk Prester John, we're talking priest king Moses, priest king Joshua, priest king David. We're talking the priest queens, like Zipporah. We're talking priest kings like Miriam, Anna, Hannah, Lady Hannah. Man, we're talking priest kings, man, like Lady Lilith. Priest queens like Lady Lilith, man. We gotta get back on our Lilith flow. Man, we're talking about Deborah, prophetess, man. So we're talking the royals, the royal house, the queens, the king coming together in the priesthood, keeping the code. That's the Prester flow. It's not just a one-sided investigation. We're talking Queen Khalifa. We're talking Lady Sheba Bathsheba. Sheba is Shambhala. Sheba is daughter of the seven cities of gold, daughter of the oath. Sheba is Shambhala. Shambhala is Cibola, spelled on the maps with a C, Ibola. Cibola. Sometimes with a V, Civ, Civola, or Cev sometimes, but it's still Sheba. So the children of Cush loved Moses all the years that he reigned over them, and all the inhabitants of the land of Cush greatly feared him. Why? Because he's rocking with the Creator, but they're talking about respect, man. Verse 3, chapter 76, book of Jasher. HaWah. And in the 40th year of the reign of Moses over Cush, the what? 40th year, right? Moses was sitting on the royal throne while Queen Adonai was before him, and all the nobles were sitting around him. And the Queen Adonai, now that's who they had arranged as his wife of Cush, but he didn't want to have no babies with her because she was a Cushite woman, right? So, and plus, well, actually, this is right before he meets Zipporah, so, he's waiting on his queen, right? And all the nobles were sitting around. Queen Adonai said before the king and princes, "What is this thing which you, the children of Cush, have done for such a long time? Surely you know that for 40 years this man has reigned over Cush. He has not approached me." So she's just mad that she wasn't getting none, you know what I mean? So no babies, you know what I mean? No lineage out of Moshe. Nor has he served the gods of the children of Cush. So here's what this is all about. He's not serving our gods. He ain't approaching me, and he ain't serving our gods, our power. Now, who's the Cushite gods? So he's king over Cush for 40 years without serving any Cushite gods. Man, Moses is the greatest of all time. He's the king of Cush for 40 years and didn't even have to bow down to their gods. Got a Cushite queen, didn't even approach her, right? Now therefore hear, O you children of Cush, let this man no more reign over you. He is not of our flesh. So she's hating. Behold, my son Manakrush is grown up. Let him reign over you. Now her son was from the previous marriage she had to one of the kings of Cush. All right, so they gave Moses another man's wife, who had died in battle. And he was a great man of Cush, and that's why really Moses too didn't want to approach her. He respected the former king of Cush. He didn't want to take his wife, but that was their tradition, you know what I mean? So she said, let this man no more reign over you. He's not of our flesh. Behold, my son is grown up. Let him reign over you. For it is better for you to serve the son of your Lord than to serve a stranger. So now she called Moses a stranger, a slave of the king of Egypt. Wow, Moses left Egypt, right? Now she calling him a slave of the king of Egypt. Well, the king of Egypt was like his bro, right? Like, his adopted dad, right? So, and all the people and nobles of the children of Cush heard the words which Queen Adonai had spoken in their ears, and all the people were preparing the accession until evening. In the morning they rose up and made Menuchus, son of Kilkianus, king over them. So that's when Moses got the honorable discharge. And all the children of Cush would not dare to stretch forth their hand against Moshe, for HaWah was with Moses, and the children of Cush remembered the oath which they swore unto Moshe. Therefore they did no harm to him, but instead the children of Cush gave many presents to Moses and sent him from them with great honor. I told you he got an honorable discharge from being king of Cush for 40 years. So Moses went forth from the land of Cush and went to find a home and ceased to reign over Cush. And Moses was 66 years old when he went out the land of Cush, for the thing was from HaWah. So he was really training. He was getting trained up as a king. So you think he left from being king of Cush and then he wasn't king of Israel? I mean, David is king of Israel, but no one wants to call Moses king of Israel because that's not a part of how it's written in the story. But he was the king of Cush, right? And Israel did follow Moses out of Egypt, Khan. So in the wilderness, who would be the king? Yahweh. Who's the king? They might not be presenting it as he's anointed king, but he's the one in the burning bush getting the word from the creator, right? He's the prophet, right? But you're not going to call him the king. But he would be the Khan. Mexican is Moses Khan. Mexican, Mexican is Meshi like a Maxim, right? Meshi Khan. Khan Moses. Khan Dawi is what I'm talking. The heathens got kings. We have Khan. That makes it a little clear. You're talking about priest Khan. You got Moses' brother Aaron flowing, who had the direct position, responsibility, of popping off this priesthood, you know what I'm saying? Just like the Kumse and his brother Tens Skawatawa, who's known as the prophet. Phantoms and duplications, man. So Moses was 66 years when he went out from the land of Cush. So if he was 66 years when he got the honorable discharge for the dismount, and he was put in a dungeon for 10 years after he goes in to Midian, pops off 7 daughters of Retuel, right? Draws water, boom, boom. He's over there hollering at Retuel. Hold up, man. This is first of all. He's 66 years for the dismount, man. He's 66 years old when he leaves Cush. He's put in a dungeon for 10 years. That makes him 76 when he gets out the dungeon and starts popping off for the Creator to free Israel out their Egyptian captivity, right? But he ain't the king of Israel. He's just the person they're following. Okay, gotcha. Sent by HaWah. Just like David, right? One shepherd. For the period had arrived when he had appointed in the days of old to bring forth Israel from the affliction of the children of Ham. So Moses went to Midian, beyond the supervised region of Egypt, for he was afraid to return to Egypt on account of Pharaoh. And he went and sat at a well of water in Midian. So here's a story that picks up in the Bible, right? The 7 daughters of Retuel, the Midianite, went out to feed their father's flock. And they came to the well and drew water to water their father's flock. So the shepherds of Midian came out and drove them away. Moses rose up, helped, and watered the flock. And they came home to their father Retuel and told him what Moses did. And they said, an Egyptian man has delivered us from the hands of the shepherds. He drew up water for us and watered the flock. And Retuel said to his daughters, where is he? Wherefore Why you left the man? And Reuel sent for him, fetched him, brought him home. So first he treated him real good, real honorable. He ate bread with him. They broke bread together. Moses told him the whole story, how he fled from Egypt, how he reigned 40 years over Cush. He's telling him the whole amazing story. And that they afterward had taken the government from him and had sent him away in peace with honor. He's telling him, man, I got an honorable discharge, but I ruled the kingdom with justice, dignity, integrity. They kept the code. I didn't bow down to their gods. And Reuel had heard the words of Moses, and Reuel said within himself, I will put this man into the prison house. So Reuel's listening to all this stuff and saying, man, I don't believe a word this man's saying. I'm glad he saved my daughter, but it sounds like to me he must be concealing something. I will put this man into the prison house, whereby I shall conciliate the children of Cush, for he has fled from them. So in Reuel's eyes, Moses is fleeing from Cush. Instead of getting an honorable discharge, he's fleeing from the king of Cush, right? He don't believe that he's the actual king of Cush and got an honorable discharge. He said he must have fled. And they took and put him into the prison house. And Moses was in prison 10 years. You thought it was play? 66 when he got out. Put in the dungeon. 10 years. And while Moses was in the prison house, Zipporah, the daughter of Reuel, took pity over him and supported him. The Creator could have sent anybody. He sent Zipporah to give Moses support and break bread with him, man. Give him that water all the time. Not sometime. She didn't forget, you know what I mean? She was there all the time for my knock. So Moses must have, HaWah must have some real ahab for the Midianites, especially since they were a part of this migration as well. You know, eventually Reuel got in line, in order with things, and they all were fleeing together. This mixed multitude, they say Abyssinia means mixed multitude, right? Last time I checked. Abyssinia, old name for Ethiopia, Arabic or Arab proper. Habasa, Khan. Meaning what? Mixed. Mixture like the different races or tribes, right? It's a mixture of tribes. It's a tribal mixture. When you have an Abyssinia, you have an emperor or Khan. El Prester, the Emperor de los Abyssinios, Abyssinia, the mixed multitude, just like Moses, right? Who's leading the mixed multitude? The 12 tribes of Israel, the Midianites, Kenites, anybody else rocking with them, Who's leading the Abyssinia? Who's the Emperador de los Abyssinia? See, the Moors don't big up Prester John. That's the body bag that they're afraid of David. They call him Dajjal in the Quran. He's the Dajjal. They call him Antichrist in Christianity. They secretly put you against King David while claiming somebody else is the Mashiach, is the Messiah, supposed to take away your sins, lead you to the promised land. Outside of Israel? No, we got one shepherd forever, boss. We seek HaWah, and then we get on board with the water flowing with the scepter of King David, the scepter of Judah that will never depart. Abyssinios, different races, different mixture of tribes. It doesn't mean we just mixed out. It means those are the tribes of Israel and the tribes rocking with them during this, restoration period, this promised land, restoring period that you're now getting your land back again out of bondage. And again, it's going to be a mixed multitude. It's not just going to be Israelites that get to rock with what the Creator has to offer, for the promised land forever. Those Gentiles that are also rocking in code are going to be serving the house as well, right? This mixed multitude must be in order. There's an order to this multitude, to this mixture. You don't just have a multitude, a mixture, you know what I'm saying, without order. When you talk covenant of David, the mercies of HaWah forever to all generations. I make known thy faithfulness with my mouth, for I have said forever is mercy built in the very heavens. Thou dost establish your faithfulness. I have made a covenant with my chosen. I have sworn unto David, my servant, another witness. JC don't have this many witnesses in the Tanakh. They got to make a whole new testament to make a whole new hero, man. Whole new romance. But HaWah has sworn unto David, my servant, forever I will establish your seed. Don't sound like you got washed out. Don't sound like you know more. Sound like we got a remnant forever. I will establish your seed. That's why we're talking about seed. And build up your throne to all generations. I have found David with my holy oil. I have anointed him. With my hand shall be established. My arm shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact from him. None, nor the sons of wickedness afflict him. I will beat to pieces his adversaries before him and smite them that hate him. You're an adversary of the Prester. You're on the wrong side. HaWah gonna beat you to pieces, smite all the adversaries of the Prester. All of them. All of them. My faithfulness, my mercy shall be with him, and through my name shall his horn be exalted. Yeah. I will set his hand also on the sea, that water, his right hand on the rivers. He shall call unto me, you are my Father, my power, and the rock of my salvation, and I will appoint him firstborn. Firstborn land, firstborn bond, King David, the highest of the kings of the earth. You don't get no higher than the Prester, the one appointed firstborn. I'm not talking about Al Morocco, I'm talking about Al Madarik. Talking about Swanites and Barbars, not Berbers, Barbars. Hebrew word of the day, Swan, Barbar. Firstborn bond, firstborn among the continents. We're talking Amarique, right? America. Firstborn bond, firstborn, firstborn, firstborn. They gotta line up. The firstborn continent gotta line up with the firstborn bond. Now we could talk about India Superior. And now we could talk Prester John. Who is the firstborn bond? Who is Prester John? This has been the 118th installment of the Prester John investigation. Hey, in full effect right here, only at 432 The Drop Radio. And we'll keep it on YouTube at least to Prester 120. And then look for us to pick it up in Prester 121 right here at home at 432 thedrop.com, where we got the library flowing, where the cons are popping off, where X marks the spot, where the two cross sticks are coming back together, the two sticks into one tribe, one vibe. And we are getting the home of Drop Nation more secure for you, so please be patient with us and the water for helping us reach our goals, man. Enjoy world, my naga. Surf the wave with all the radio shows popping off. Tribal music's popping off, man. We live right now, man, popping off some tribal music, man. The water for keeping the lights on, continuing to hit up our PayPal. We appreciate you, man, and supporting our fence in real time, getting us to the 20K mark. We appreciate you for that. We just home, man. We are back home surfing a wave in Amérique, the American kingdom, connecting America with the Makir, which is the mark, the sign, not the Al Morocco. We're talking America. We're talking Amari, Makir, Amarik. Talking Rhoda, Tapuzine, and Israel the seventh, the Quetzalcoatl, the mixed Coatl, Makir, Amarik of the Toltecs, bringing us back to Sylvanus to Texas. Genealogy never connects this. Solomon the builder. The ships of Soliman, the swan boats, and the swan knights, the Barbar Hakazin. I ain't talking their Berbers, but we are talking firstborn. We ain't talking Al Morocco, but we are talking Almarique. Amerique. America's firstborn among the continents is very important. We're talking old world. And they're telling you that in Harvard, man. In Harvard, man. Firstborn among the continents, America has been falsely denominated the New World, falsely called the New World, falsely called the New World when it's the old ancient world, because hers was the first dry land lifted out the water, which makes it India superior. Boss. Firstborn, the highest of the kings of the earth forever, while I keep my mercy, and my covenant shall stand fast with him, his seed also will I make to endure forever as his throne, and his throne, the scepter, as the days of heaven. So you better keep my law. Because if you don't keep my law, you don't walk in my ordinances. You got to keep the code. This is the most important part. If they profane my statutes and keep not my commandments, then I will visit their transgression with the rod. You're going to get your butt whooped. You're going to be in captivity. You'll be the tail, not the head. Their iniquity with strokes. But you know what, man? You know what, man? You know what, man? My mercy will I not break off from David, nor will I be false to my faithfulness. My covenant will I not profane, because I made a covenant with David. That's why it's so important to search for the Creator and Con David, not JC. Because my covenant is with David, and I won't profane it, nor alter that which has gone out of my lips. Once have I sworn my holiness, surely I will not be false unto David. And his seed shall endure forever. Halal HaWah. Halal HaWah. Isaiah 43, verse 11. Even I am HaWah. Beside me, there is no Savior. David can't save you. You need the Creator to save you and to present you the one shepherd forever. And David needs the flock. The righteous shoot the flock, right? To come together and be in code. But they can't save you. Only HaWah can save you to bring you to the promised land. Because beside me, beside the Creator, there is no Savior, Christian. Isaiah 11, verse 1, and there shall come forth a shoot out of the stock of Jesse. Uh-oh. Another witness? Because Jesse's the father of David. Another witness. How many is that? 6? And a twig shall grow forth out of his roots, and the spirit of the Creator shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of HaWah. And his delight shall be in the fear of HaWah, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither decide after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and decide with equity for the meek of the land, and he shall smite the land with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked, and the righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, the seed, faithfulness the girdle of his reign. Isaiah 14. And HaWah will have compassion on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel. So before you say that we in this religion, we need to be for the Moabite tribes. Nah, man. HaWah will yet choose Israel. Even in the Quran, it lets you know HaWah is not going to forget about Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger, the mixed multitude, right? Abyssinia, stranger shall be joined or join himself with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. This mixed multitude, Abyssinia, gonna have to follow the one shepherd. When they cleave, and the people shall take them, bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. Just like we were possessed, just like our land was possessed, we're gonna possess our land and them. Who's them? The stranger. Who's the stranger? Anyone outside the house of Israel that wants to join themselves with Israel, with the code, with HaWah's people of the promised land, right? Anybody that wants to join in the covenant of David of righteousness, Psalms 89, firstborn, right? You want to join yourself into this wave? You're a stranger. You will be a servant in the land of HaWah. And that's a good thing, because we all got to serve in the kingdom of the Creator. That's not a bad, negative slavery situation. No, the hijack turn it into chattel slavery. We have servants that are happy to be in the house of Israel, because every kingdom has servants, right? Just like you serve your house at home, you serve your house of Israel. But there's order in the strangers. No matter how righteous you are, you're not going to have no order over righteous Judah or righteous Ephraim or righteous Manasseh. That's their birthright. But your righteousness gets you into the house so that you can serve in your place. Because we got to bring you to your place. You don't just get to take our birthright because you choose to keep the code. You don't get annihilated because you choose to keep the code. You don't get wiped out because you choose to keep the code. You don't get our inheritance because you choose to keep the code. You get brought to your place and you serve in the house of Israel. And that's a beautiful thing, to serve in the promised land and not get annihilated, because you got the heart that doesn't contain covetous, right? You don't want the children of Israel's things. You're not covetous, right? You want the children of Israel to return, Kai, because you're not covetous, right? And because you're not covetous, then you, Managa, can be a servant in the house. You can serve HaWah by serving the house, and you won't be wiped out. You won't be washed out. That's your gift. Your gift is not the inheritance of Israel. You don't take the place of righteous Judah because you chose to keep the code. You chose up because you wanted to survive. You chose up because you wanted salvation. You don't choose up to take our things like your people been doing, man. That's hijack city. And that's what they're learning in these doctrines, is that they can be spiritual Israel as Christians. That we all washed out now, that they can replace us, even code keepers. Oh, I keep the code, so forget about the tribe of Judah. Nah. If you're outside the house of Judah and you keep the code, then Managa, the people shall take them, bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of HaWah for servants and for handmaids. And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It's about rulership, being the head, not the tail. Once we're back in code, that's our natural place. You don't get to have our place because you are a code keeper. You keep the code so that you and your house are saved by HaWah. You don't take our things, hijack. If that's how you feel, get in the back of the line, because you ain't going to make it. Your heart is too covetous. You ain't going to make it. If you want our things, your heart is too covetous, man. You ain't going to make this voyage, man. Get to the back of the line. But if you want the tribes of Jacob to return, you want these so-called Negroes that are not a part of these Moabite, Canaanite tribes, don't worship their false gods, false idols, and only serve the Creator. And because we KTC, we are now remembering Kandawi. Managi, if you want to choose up, you don't choose up to take our inheritance. You choose up to save yourself, man. Because it's the right thing to do, because you love HaWah, because you want to put Most High over everything. You should want to help us come back together, not come in between us and fit in with us. No, you should only be about helping us come back together then. Show us that you ain't got no covetous in us. You got to prove this shit, hijack. You got to prove it, hijack. You a stranger, you got to prove that you have a heart for HaWah and that you want what HaWah wants, which is the restoration of the kingdom of Israel. And you should be pushing us to come back together, not get in between us and say, I'm more righteous than that brother over there. But that brother over there is the seed of Jacob. You should be helping him be righteous, not boast that you got more knowledge over him or her. Boast that you got more code keeping in you. No, you don't. You still covetous. You still jealous of that nugget even when he sleep. Even when Jacob sleep, they still jealous of us. Oh, I keep my Sabbaths, but they don't. Well, you covetous, and they're not covetous of you. They know who they are. Help Jacob come back together and stop being jealous of Jacob. Help the house of Israel come back together. Stop being jealous of the house of Israel. Serve the one power, true, most high, over everything. Then you could be a stranger and serve in the house. And that is your order. That is your birthright, to serve. Our birthright is to rule. Your birthright is to serve. And as we rule, we serve. Because that's our position, is to rule by serving and serve by ruling. To be exilarchs, to be khans. That's our order. But out of order, when we don't keep the code, we become the tail. We become the servants. And y'all rule over us, but they shall take them captive, whose captives they were. Yeah, that's a big part of the story preacher man ain't talking about, right? And they shall rule over their oppressors, man. Wow. Who, oh, who is Prester John? At the water to the Khan dynasty, man. We did it again. Onward and forward. Look out for the Code Keeper series. We picking it right up. I think we're on number 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? We're doing all 9 codes. We kind of going in kind of reverse order, so to speak. But we're going to end with put no power before power. So you already know that part 9, is really part 1, right? We just belly flopping and getting it, as we feel we need to hear it, in this timely fashion right now. We started with adulterous, we went to vanity, talked about covetous, false witnessing, we talked about murder, mortar. I said murder sure got the more in it. Mortar, you can't spell murder without the more. Because it's been a more and more war. And the cons that look like us, like Prester, are at war with other cons that look like us. And we are unraveling the story and the truth in the Prester John investigation. The water my cons for surfing the wave, 9 above the barrier, high up in the ether. With the Prester popping off. We got some more flat drop on the way as well. And of course, Prester John installment number 119 right around the corner. 119 installments. Amazing. I mean, these 3-hour drops is like watching Avatar. It's like making 119 avatars. Just popping off, man. With that truth, with that drop, with that vibration. Because you didn't come over here for the information. You came here for the vibration. So with that, we tell you, man, stay up, my noggin. Stay high, my noggin. Stay with the vibration. And a great dismount right here. Back to the drop chatterbox, man. I just like one of these last Instagram drops, man. I hope you're surfing the wave on the IG, man. We've been having fun popping off. Make sure you in the classroom at IG. You know what I mean? We give certain drops there that we don't drop on YouTube. You know what I mean? Certain drops on YouTube that we don't drop on IG. And even though we are off Facebook, I love to my IT Nagas, we are going to link in a Facebook page, for my Nagas on Facebook to get the drop on Facebook. So I know it's important. Some people have their favorite platform, so we don't want to forget about my Facebook Nagas popping off. So I'm not going to be actively just popping off on Facebook, messaging Nagas, you know what I'm saying? But we at least going to be still having a stream drop, coming and connecting to the Facebook Nagas, man. And we're growing right here, man. It's a fun place, that we're forming a bridge to the cons over here to connect to the YouTube flow so that they can sit to the, check out the 3-hour drops as well, man. And it's a great drop I'm going to leave you with. Love to the water priest or something like that, water priestess. Hey, out to you. This is very interesting drop. Digging on that water for the dismount. Alego.
Reaches for itself a kind of magnetism. A bridge forms, a bond. Water seems to know its own and reaches for it.
Wow.
The difference between stagnant water and living water is that there's a voltage in living water. And what studies have found is that when there's a voltage, the water reaches for itself a kind of magnetism. A bridge forms, a bond. Water seems to know its own and reaches for it. The difference between stagnant water and living water is that there's a voltage in living water. And what studies have found is that when there's a voltage, the water reaches for itself.
So the water reaches
A
for
kind
itself
of
when it's at a
magnetism.
certain
A
frequency.
bridge forms.
Magnetism, electromagnetism,
A bond.
natural by law, take the wheel,
Water
right?
seems
So
to know its own
primary water,
and
yo, Sceptre
reaches for
real.
it.
Take the wheel, man. Love to the contone.
The difference between stagnant
Popping
water
off,
and
tone
living water is that there's a
man, always got you
voltage
great
in
drop
living
popping
water.
off, man. Hit up tone Ivy on IG.
And what studies have found
So when you are
is that when there's
frequency
a
up,
voltage,
you're charged up,
the water
starts to
reaches
bond,
for itself.
form a bridge to
A
itself,
kind of
reaches for
magnetism.
itself like the con
A
should do,
bridge
right?
forms.
Like we do when we're searching for
bond.
HaWah and Kanda.
Water
We
seems
back
to
to
know
the
its
water,
own
right?
and
Fountain
reaches
of
for
youth, the
it.
living water is high voltage water.
The difference
living
between
water
stagnant water and
is high
living
frequency
water
water.
is that there's a
We
voltage
don't get no real
in
water
living water.
in these grocery stores.
And what
We need the
studies have
living
found
primary mem
is that when there's a
salts, man.
voltage,
Living water,
the water
volcanic steam,
reaches
primary steam,
for
primary
itself.
rock. Moses
A
hit the
kind
rock to
of
get the water
magnetism.
because
A bridge
primary steam
forms.
from the volcanoes
A bond.
is giving freshborn
Water seems to know
high
its
voltage
own
water. We gotta
and
get that
reaches
water
for
to the
it.
tribe, but when you keep the
The
code,
difference between stagnant
you
water
raise
and
your
living water
frequency. You
is
raise the
that there's a
frequency of your house
voltage in living
by
water.
not killing each other, not
And
stealing
what
from each
studies
other,
have
by putting
found
no
is that when
power
there's a
before the Creator,
voltage,
right?
the
Most high over
water
everything.
reaches
When you do
for
that, you raise the
itself.
voltage, you raise the frequency,
A
you
kind
raise the
of
vibration of your
magnetism.
house, of your
A
tribe,
bridge
and
forms.
thus you
A
magnetize, man.
bond.
This is
Water
real
seems to
science.
know its own
When you
and
magnetize,
reaches
you
for
reach
it.
for yourself.
The difference
You reach
between
for your
stagnant water
tribe.
and living water
Ezekiel
is that there's a
37, two sticks
voltage
come back
in living water.
together again.
And what studies
We
have
want that living
found
water bond.
is that when there's a
We want that
voltage,
frequency.
the water
And again, man,
reaches for
who
itself.
It's Prester child. He got that water. Ahab to my cons, Ahab to the Khan dynasty. Stay up, suit up, choose up. Shalawah.